The third spot is the shortstop, Brandon Wood. The cleanup hitter is the left fielder, Nick Gorneau. Batting fifth in right field will be Luke Allen. In the sixth spot is the center fielder, that's Brian Gordon. Hitting seventh and playing third base is Adam Pavkovich. Batting eighth and catching will be Ryan Buddy. And batting ninth at first base for the Stingers is Casey Smith. On the mound for Salt Lake, left-hander Jake Woods has been up and down from the big leagues this year for the Angels and here in AAA. He's making his 15th appearance for Salt Lake in his fifth start. Jake Woods is 2-1 with a 5.97 earned run average on the year. Woods is 6'1", 190, and he turned 24 2 days ago. He's from Kingsburg, California, and had a combined 15-6 record last year. For the Angels in their farm system have combined at AA and AAA. For the home team, the Las Vegas 51s, managed by Jerry Royster, and their record 57-85. Last game of the season for the 51s, leading off the DH, that's Jose Flores. Batting second is the shortstop Nick Theodoro. Hitting third, the second baseman, and carrying a 17-game hitting streak into this one, Delwyn Young. Batting cleanup and playing right field for the finale is Cody Ross. In the fifth spot is the left fielder Chin Feng Chen. Hitting sixth, playing third, that's Norihiro Nakamura. Batting seventh at first base is Brian Myro. Hitting eighth and catching is Gabriel Gutierrez. And batting ninth in center field is D.J. Jackson. On the mound for Las Vegas for the last game of the year is the righty Mike New, who is 2-2 with a 5.20 ERA. Although Dick Williams will tell you that Jerry Royster said the last game of the season, virtually everybody on the entire pitching staff, including some of the starters, are available for today if necessary.
Well, I hope the game doesn't go that long, to be honest with you. We'll have a long day if he uses everybody on his pitching staff.
But, for whatever anyone wants to know about it, that's the case. 51s are willing to use anybody and everybody if necessary. So Mike New versus Jake Woods in this one. 51s getting set to take the field right here for the last game of the season. And the 51s do take the field right now. So 51s wrapping the year up. And Salt Lake finished, they'll finish in second place. They found out yesterday that because Tacoma won their ball game against Sacramento, that Salt Lake is out of the playoff spot. And so we will talk more about that as we move forward. We'll move aside for one more 1-minute break and come back with the first pitch of the last game right after this.
The total package. That's what you'll find at the fabulous Capital Grille. The Capital Grille, nationally acclaimed for dry-aged steaks on premises, chops, fresh seafood, and an award-winning wine list. The Capital Grille is open at Fashion Show Mall for both lunch and dinner. Take in all the energy and excitement of the Las Vegas Strip at the Capital Grille, providing a breathtaking view with a wall of windows directly overlooking the new Wynn Resort. The Capital Grille is the ideal place for guests to dine for total convenience, as complimentary valet parking is offered during both lunch and dinner. And the Capital Grille provides private elevator access. Impress your guests at the Capital Grille. They offer 3 private dining rooms, personalized event planning, and professional service. The Capital Grille is the perfect choice for your next business meeting or social gathering. The Capital Grille on the 3rd floor of Fashion Show Mall overlooking the Las Vegas Strip. For reservations, call 932-6631. 932-6631.
Welcome back again, friends. We're just about set to start here as right-hander Mike New, NEU, 5'10", 190-pound, 27-year-old from the Bay Area, from Napa Valley, California. And he's warming up right now, and he will face Alberto Callaspo, Brian Specht, and Brandon Wood here in the top of the first inning. Last game of the year. And Jerry Royster said in the pregame show that he expects his players to play as hard today as they played the first game of the season. And so we will crank everything up, and we'll see. We'll find out now as Mike New, who is 2-2, had good numbers as a reliever. He had a 3.5 ERA as a reliever. As a starter, he has not taken to starting very well. His ERA is over 8 as a member of the rotation. Here's the windup and the first pitch to Callaspo. And the fastball, high ball, won the switch hitting Callaspo. Second baseman hitting .319 with a home run and 30 RBIs on the year. Callaspo hit his first home run at AAA in yesterday's game. The pitch is a strike. And the count is 1 ball to 1 strike. And Callaspo hit a home run, and that was in the 7th inning. He was the last man Eric Stoltz faced in the game. Switch hitter batting left-handed, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball grounded slowly towards second, charged by Young. He picks it up and throws on the first base, and there is one gone. And the batter will be Brian Specht. We'll check the Las Vegas defensive alignment for you. Brian Myro at first, Delwin Young at second, Nick Theodoro at short, and Norihiro Nakamura in third base, I beg your pardon. Left field, that's Chin Feng Chen, DJ Jackson in center. In right field, Cody Ross, and Gabriel Gutierrez doing the catching for Mike New. And playing to the right of me, at color commentary, Mr. Dick Williams.
Yes, sir.
And the pitch is a strike to Brian Specht, 0-1.
This should be a first pitch swinging situation here, if I can recall how they used to do it.
Well, he took a strike, and Specht misses an off-speed pitch, so he's down with 2 strikes now. He's hitting .297, 7 homers and 34 RBIs. Of course, a guy like Specht hitting .297 would love to finish the year over 300. Here's a drive in the right there for a base hit. He took a step toward that right now.
Yes, he did.
And Ross in to pick it up to play it back in, so Specht gets his 5th hit of the series. And the batter's Brandon Wood.
He probably hasn't figured out what he needs as far as how many hits today and how many times at bat. Maybe his next time around he might try to beat out a bunt.
Jim Bouton used to joke about Danny Cater being able to figure out his batting average at the 6th decimal place on his way down to first base. Here's a drive hit deep but foul to the left by Brandon Wood. Way back out of play. Strike 1. That one went over the retaining fence. 0-1 to Brandon Wood. And I guess this is the time of the year when you sharpen your mathematical skills.
And Bouton was probably taking notes for his book as he was pitching over there for that great Seattle Pilot Club.
Breaking ball is swung on and missed 0-2. The team that went on to become the Milwaukee Brewers the following year. Brandon Wood, his first taste of AAA. In fact, he's never played AA, but he did so well at single A. He got called up here. And the breaking ball foul behind the plate. It's still 0-2. Wood, 43 home runs for Class A Rancho Cucamonga. This is coming up. He's 3 for 14, but 2 of his hits are extra base hits, a double and a triple. And Brian Specht at first base with 1 out in the top of the first. 0-2 to count. Mike New getting set, and the 0-2 pitch. That one breaks in the dirt. A big breaking ball blocked by Gutierrez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You had a chance, Dick, for a day or two now at least to see some of the. You've seen some of the 51s throughout the season, but now you're getting a chance to see some of the really young players that the Dodgers have called up here for the last few games, including DJ Jackson. 1-2 pitch is lined over the head of Nakamura down the left field line for a base hit. Over to get it is Chen. On his way to third base is Specht. The throw goes to second base. Here comes Wood. Here comes the throw. He slides, and he is out at second. He overslid the bag. And Delwin Young tags him out, and there are 2 outs. Wow.
Well, Delwin, it was a throw all the way from Chen to Young, and he just kept the ball on him and let him tag himself out. Actually, he slid. It was going to be a close play, but he slid by the bag, and his hand came off of it. Good play by Young.
He did, in a sense, tag himself out. Of course, I'd like to see how they would score that. Self-tag.
I don't know, single or double. I mean, was he there or wasn't he?
No, I believe it is a single, and he's out 7-4. So with 2 outs, Specht is at third base. The count is 0-1 on Nick Gourneau. And Gourneau at .293 with 26 homers and leads the league in runs batted in with 108 of those. The pitch. He swings and misses at a low off-speed pitch. And the count is 0-2. So Nick Gourneau having a good series. 6 for 12, and he padded his RBI totals during the season when he hit a grand slam a couple of nights ago. 0-2 to count. Off third is Specht. And New with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped up on the left side. Shortstop Theodore backing up with the shades on, and he is there to make the catch, and that's it. He was right on the fringe of the outfield grass when he caught that one. Top of the first is over. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, and a man left, and at the end of half an inning of play, Salt Lake nothing. Las Vegas against Jake Woods coming up.
Camden and Oasis Apartment Homes are proud sponsors of the Las Vegas 51. Camden and Oasis Apartment Homes are here to provide you with 32 locations in the Las Vegas and Henderson areas. From studios to 3-bedroom, family-sized apartment homes, there's something to fit anyone's needs and everyone's budget. Stop by any Camden and Oasis Apartment Home community, or while you're at the ballpark, check out our ad and play ball. Camden and Oasis Apartment Homes, the only choice in apartments. For more information, call us toll-free at 1-877-7-CAMDEN.
Hey, this is the Sports Day from the Wise Guys. Catch us every weekday noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460. They say that the best kind of advertising is word-of-mouth advertising. And here at New York Hotel and Casino, we couldn't agree more. That's why today we're at the Manhattan Express roller coaster, asking people to describe their experience. Excuse me, sir, what do you think of the ride so far? Anything else? What about you, ma'am? Are you enjoying the ride? Sounds like a yes to me. Is that your husband there? How do you like the ride, sir? Well, there you have it. The people at Dalton, the Manhattan Express roller coaster at New York. Come and see for yourself what everyone's been talking about. You gotta love this town.
Welcome back again, friends. We're here in Las Vegas along with former manager Dick Williams, Russ Langer here. And the Stingers did not score in the top of the first. Now in the bottom of the first, Las Vegas comes up against Jake Woods with Jose Flores, Nick Theodoro, and then Delwin Young. Jake Woods is 6'1", 190, born in Fresno, makes his home in Kingsburg, California. Angels' third-round pick in the 2001 draft. He went to Bakersfield Junior College and has been pitching professionally since 2001. Woods got his first taste of the big leagues this year. And he has a chance now to face Jose Flores, Nick Theodoro, and Delwin Young. He comes in 2-1 with a 5.97 ERA. Woods 31 2/3 innings, 43 hits allowed. So the league hitting .314 against him. He has allowed 15 walks, 29 strikeouts. And the pitch is fouled on the right field side into the corner, strike one. And a great catch by a fan who brought his net down there. Oh, my.
That's the best play of the year.
That gets the golden sombrero right there. That is not a web gem, it's a net gem. Holy mackerel, what a catch that was. The pitch is fouled back out of play. 0-2 on Jose Flores. Give that fan a contract. Way in the corner. Guy with a net attached to a long pole and reached out and whammo, right in it went. 0-2 to count. Flores is the DH, and he's hitting .335. Here's the pitch to him. And it's a tapper down the third baseline, and it will roll foul before third baseman Pavkovich can go over and pick it up. Talk about the pesky pole. That was the...
I played there 2 years at Boston in 63 and 64. Managed just about 3 complete years in 67, 8, and 9. And I never heard anybody refer to as the pesky pole.
Huh?
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe they were keeping it a secret from us.
2 strikes to count. Woods has the ball now and will wind and deliver. And the pitch to Flores is a ground ball, hits it short. And moving over is Brandon Wood. He has it and slings it on the first base. And Flores is out 6-3. 1 out for Nick Theodoro on the defensive side. Salt Lake with Casey Smith at first. Alberto Callasco at second. The shortstop is Brandon Wood. Adam Pavkovich at third. It's Nick Gorno in left. The center fielder Brian Gordon, Luke Allen in right, Ryan Buddy doing the catching for Jake Woods. So Woods called up by the Angels this year, now having a chance to finish up the season with Salt Lake. And of course, as Nick Theodoro steps in, here's the pitch. Fastball is low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Players on both teams hoping that after this game, perhaps, there might be additional call-ups. 1-0 pitch, Theodoro hits a high foul to the right. That'll slice back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Theodoro.
Since they're out of it, it'll probably come within the next day or so. I'm talking about Salt Lake, their players going up, because any one of them could certainly help in some capacity the Angels in their fight for the divisional title.
Fastball's high, 2-1 to Theodoro. That's right. Angels involved in that dogfight in the American League West. What a race. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Theodoro. And he takes it a little high, maybe. It's 3-1, very close. Plate umpires, A.J. Wendell, first base ump Casey Moser, Cameron Keller, the umpire at third base. And Nick Theodoro up. He's 3 out of 9 in the series and hitting .256 for the year. He hits a fly ball to pretty deep center, but Gordon should get it, fading back a step or two. He's there, and he's got it, and they're 2 down. And the batter will be Delwin Young. Well, yesterday, basically everything was decided around the PCL. The only race that had already been decided was in this division, the Las Vegas 51's division. Sacramento had wrapped it up a long time ago. and they will win the division by double digits. But the other three were in doubt, but Nashville wrapped it up. They will go to the playoffs. The pitch is foul back, strike one to Delwyn Young. Nashville wrapped it up a lot later than everybody thought they would because they had a huge lead, but they lost Prince Fielder, Cecil's son, who was a big power source for them. The pitch is outside of Young 1-1. Then they lost Ricky Weeks, perhaps their top prospect, and they lost a lot out of the lineup with those two. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Delwyn Young, hitting .335, 4 homers and 14 RBIs, and he fouls it off to the right, back out of play. And it's 1-2. No score here in the bottom of the first, but they did ultimately wrap it up over Omaha. Oklahoma wrapped it up yesterday by virtue of their win, so they win by a game and a half over Albuquerque coming in today. And Tacoma won their game against Sacramento, so all the playoff matchups are set. Grumble foul outside third, and still 1-2 on Delwyn Young, who's got a 17-game hitting streak. If he gets a hit today, he'll have by himself the longest hitting streak on the team this year. Right now he's tied with Willie Ibar. Earlier this year had a 17-gamer. So 1-2 to count to Young, who's been one of the really bright spots for the team since he came up almost 2 months ago. The 1-2 from Jake Woods. And it's swung on a missed strike three. Fastball up and in, got him. So the 51s go very quietly in the first 1-2-3. At the end of one, there's no score.
Hi, friends. If you're in the market for a General Motors vehicle, there's only one place to shop in Las Vegas. That's Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They are the world's largest Chevy retailer, and they feature an excellent body shop and parts and service as well. I have a vintage Chevy sitting in my garage right now, and I don't take it to anyone but Bill Hurd Chevrolet. They're at 444 South Decatur at Alta. Telephone 870-9444. Bill Hurd Chevrolet. Visit their website, www.billhurdvegas.com.
I got something that'll make you feel better.
Fox Sports Radio 1460. A few thoughts about monopolies, cash cows, and low-cost leads. For years, the phone company has had a virtual monopoly over Yellow Pages advertising. This has allowed them to impose steep annual rate increases. Over time, their directory business has become a nice, fat cash cow. But at Yellow Book, we think we have a better way. For example, across the country, a full-page ad in Yellow Book Yellow Pages is generally about half the cost of the same size ad in a phone company directory. At Yellow Book, all we do is publish great directories, so we're able to keep our costs down and produce low-cost leads to power your business, which has helped create many thousands of success stories for small businesses just like yours. After all, we wouldn't be in 43 states with a circulation of 82 million if we weren't producing quality low-cost leads. So why keep getting milked by the phone company? Call us at 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome back again, friends. At the end of one is no score, along with Dick Williams. Russ Langer here, last game of the season, Labor Day 2005. Mike New will pitch to Luke Allen, the former 51, and center fielder Brian Gordon and Adam Papkovich. The pitch is a changeup in the dirt, ball one. 1-0. Allen at .288 with 23 homers, 92 runs batted in. As Mike New got a couple of singles in the first, a key play. Chin Fen Chen throwing Brandon Wood out at second base, trying to stretch a single to a double. Breaking ball swung on and missed. It is now 1-1. So the playoff matchups are as follows. Sacramento, who just finished a series with Tacoma, is now going to play Tacoma right away. They're going to take a day off tomorrow. Luke Allen lines one to right field, right at Cody Ross. Ross took one step in, bent his knees a little bit, and caught that chest-high line drive. The ball hit very hard. One out, and the batter is Brian Gordon. So those two, having just completed a series, will play each other now.
Best of three, is it?
Yes. And then it'll be Nashville against Oklahoma in round one. And Nashville still, they've won 4 in a row now, but Oklahoma playing way better in the last 2 months. Fastball's outside ball one. You'd have to favor Oklahoma there. Anything can happen in that sort of a series, obviously, but Nashville pretty much has stumbled to the finish. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Gordon, and he takes a strike, 1-1. Gordon, left-handed hitting outfielder, starts off at .274, 17 homers, and 55 runs batted in. The windup of the 1-1 pitch. And as a ground ball wide of first base, backhanded by Myro, he underhands to New at the bag in time, and they're 2 down. And the battle of the Adam Papkovich. Sacramento, Tacoma. Tacoma didn't play as well the last month or so. Well, a lot of changes. one reason why Dan Roan got named Manager of the Year. He had to deal with a tremendous number of transactions. Every AAA manager does to a degree, but not to the degree that he did, especially in the second half of the year. But in Sacramento, they just seem to be ready every year. Fastball's inside, ball one to Adam Pakovich. They clinched way earlier, so Tony DeFrancesco's had a chance to arrange things pitching-wise the way he wants going into the series. We'll see how it works out. 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive to left field this time. Chen reaches up and makes the catch. And so a couple of line drives to each corner outfielder, sandwiched in by a ground out to first. And Mike New has a 1-2-3 second. At the end of an inning and a half, there's no score.
Hey, you know what's cool? Strutting into a downtown Las Vegas classic like you own the place. Hitting the casino for some gambling like it used to be. At the blackjack tables, on the slot machines, in the sports book, and in the poker room. Having a meal that make the chefs at some of the new frou-frou joints on the Strip question their own culinary credentials. Or hanging with your friends before catching the headliner in the showroom. And the whole time, getting treated with the kind of service that snatched the AAA Ford Diamond Award for 28 consecutive years. You locals know what I'm talking about. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's been the jewel of downtown since 1946, and yeah, that's cool. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. That's downtown Las Vegas. Come in, and like the boys with the 51s know, you better come to play. Get more at goldennugget.com.
Hey, it's Steve from the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
There is no doubt that Vista Chevrolet offers the hottest prices under the sun. Clear and simple. That's right. Vista Chevrolet, home of Mr. Goodwrench, features the best in sales, service, and Chevrolet parts. Conveniently located at US 95, exit 90B at Ann Road. Vista Chevrolet is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call them at 967-5686 or visit their website at www.VistaChevy.com. Vista Chevrolet.
Welcome back, friends, here to Caspen Field. Along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you. No score after 1.5 innings of play. And Jake Woods will face Cody Ross, Chin Feng Chen, Norihiro Nakamura. In the bottom half of the second, we'll have the Tony Roma scoreboard. We'll have our final edition of the General Motors Trivia Question for 2005. And it's all coming up. One thing we won't tell you about is tomorrow's starting pitchers. One thing we're going to leave out. Dick Williams alongside as Jake Woods goes to face Cody Ross right now. So, 51's the biggest franchise has certainly had its trouble with Salt Lake over the years. Here's the pitch to Ross. It's a high drive to left, hit well. Going back is Gorneau. He's at the warning track. He's at the wall, and that one is gone. Cody Ross lofts one over the fence and left just out of here. And that is number 22 on the year for Ross. It's his 63rd RBI. And with that home run, $50 donated from Bank of America to Special Olympics as part of the Dingers for Dollars program.
No wind aided that, but it looked like just a pop-up at first, and just kept going. But it wasn't wind aided.
So here's Chin Feng Chen. He takes a fastball for ball one. 1-0. Chen hitting .279 with 15 homers, 63 RBIs. So Cody Ross has hit quite a few home runs in the last 3 weeks. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Chen. He fouls one back out of play, 1-1. And it makes it a 1-0 Las Vegas lead in the bottom of the second.
He lost his no-hitter and shutout on one pitch.
How about that? Here's the 1-1 to Chen. And it's up and away, 2-1. Last day of the season, you start thinking about last day heroics or anti-heroics, Major League history. And the first thing that comes to mind, and I know you're well-versed on this, Dick, and the pitch is fouled back by Chen, 2-2. Almost had our first foul ball up here on the last day of the season right there. Missing by inches.
If that would have been the old net, it had me.
Or somebody. 2-2 to count. And Woods pitch to Chen. He hits a fly ball deep down the right field line in the corner. On the run is Luke Allen. Allen at the line, and he can't get it. He tumbles over. The ball ends up in foul territory. Chen goes to second base and stops there.
Well, he should have been on third. Let's call it like it is. He's looking at the play out there instead of the third base coach. Dustin's waving him on, and he stopped going into second. Should have been on third.
So Chin Feng Chen gets his 20th double instead of his third triple. And the batter's Norihiro Nakamura. So you may say he stretched a triple into a double right there.
From lack of hustle.
And here's Nakamura. So a home run and a double, and it's a 1-0 lead for Las Vegas in the bottom of the second. Nakamura, a 249 hitter. Well, now you got 3 51s with 22 home runs. Might be a three-way tie at the end of the year. You have Nakamura with 22, Myro with 22, and Ross now with 22. Pitch is ball 1 to Nakamura. 1 ball to no strikes to count. 1-0 51s in the bottom of the second. 51's trying to end the season by snapping their losing streak, which has reached 5 games. And the pitch is a swing and miss 1-1, at the same time ending the Stingers' 8-game win streak. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Norihiro Nakamura. The number one exit when it comes to end of season comes to mind, really. You're talking about the regular season. Postseason, we can go on forever. But here's first the 1-1 to Nakamura from Woods. And it's a high fly down the left field line, going foul. Over is Gorneau into foul ground, but he's out of room. And it's a 1-2 count to Nakamura. Ted Williams, the last man to hit 400, end of 1941. Nothing. He had no reason to play, and they wanted to sit him. It was Joe Cronin wanted to sit him. He was hitting 400, and they said, hey, just sit. You got your 400. I don't want to sit. I want to play. He went 6 for 8. Wound up hitting 406. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Nakamura. Woods gets set in the pitch. And a breaking ball, a little high perhaps. Ball 2. 2-2.
I think Bobby Thompson's home run in the playoffs against the Dodgers in 51 is the biggest highlight that I know of.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Nakamura. Chen at second base. And there's nobody out in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. And it's a high foul off to the right back out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nakamura 2 for 6 in the series. And Brian Myro waits on deck. So Ross with his 22nd home run. Chen with a double. And Nakamura up with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 1-0 Vegas in the bottom of the second. And Woods nods yes to Ryan Buddy. Gets set, looks back at Chen, and comes home. Fastball grounded to third base. Boy, did he jam him. Pavkovich picks it up, throws over to first in time. Chen goes over to third base on the play. So the play in front of him, Chen holding initially, but when we saw Pavkovich commit to throwing across to first, he took off and got third. 1 out, and the batter's Brian Myro. Myro will try to knock Chen in now. Woods really got a Nakamura that time. Fastball right in the hands.
Ate him up.
And so here's Myro. Hitting .282, 22 homers, and a team-high 73 RBIs, and an RBI opportunity for him right now. Here's a look, and the pitch. And Myro takes a fastball high, ball 1, 1-0. Woods gets set, and Myro 3 out of 11 waiting, and he takes 1 for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Last outing for Woods, he made his start against Colorado Springs in Salt Lake 5 days ago. He went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs, both earned on 3 hits. He walked 5 and struck out 5. 2-0 pitch. Myro loses his bat and fouls it off to the left out of play. Boy, you talk about a saw-off job. He's got a tiny bit of the handle. He got a little bit of the handle. Man, about a ballpoint pen-sized piece of handle, and the rest of it ends all way away from home plate. Now he gets a new weapon. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 1-0 51's bottom of the second. Last game of the year. Two balls and 1 strike to Brian Myro. And Myro is just now getting settled in the box. Woods looks in at Buddy. Off third base is Chen with 1 out. 2 balls and 1 strike. Woods gets set. And the pitch. That one hits him. Myro hit in the back by a fastball. Heads up to first base. And the batter will be Gabriel Gutierrez. For Jake Woods, that's the first man he's hit this year. So now runners at the corners with one out. And here's the catcher, Gabriel Gutierrez, who is 6 for 11, hitting .545 since he came up. Gutierrez, who's from Sinaloa, Mexico. I chatted with him briefly before the game, and he's just, like a lot of the other young players, very pleased to be here. But it's a subject we started earlier, Dick, and I want to talk more about that. Gutierrez hits a little foul ball in the air outside first. Casey Smith moves over and makes the catch in the coaching box. They're 2 down. Jason Grabowski coaching first base. And D.J. Jackson comes up. D.J. Jackson is one of those young players, and you had a chance to watch him play yesterday. Your impressions of him and some of the young players.
Well, he had a key hitter second time up, driving a run, the ground ball through the middle. But what I liked about him was his defense, the way he got a jump on a ball playing center, and they looked completely at home there, and very confident on what he'd do. I like him quite a bit. We'll have to see a lot more of him. He's just a youngster.
And he takes a pitch up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Since coming up from Ogden, rookie ball. Jackson hitting .261. That's a 6 for 23. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. And he's also has a triple. First and third, 2 down. And Woods with a 1-0 pitch. As a liner in the right center, that is going to be down for a base hit. In to score is Chen. Myro stops at second as Luke Allen gets it in. And the 51s lead 2-0. A base hit by D.J. Jackson.
Yeah, he's getting more impressive all along. Now, you talk about a kid just coming up from rookie ball. That's what's so amazing, up to the top level of the minor leagues, AAA. Very impressive.
When he first came up with a team in Portland, which happens to be his hometown, by his own admission, he was nervous. Struck out a couple of times.
That'll happen.
Yep.
I struck out a couple of times when I wasn't nervous.
Since arriving here, though, he looks very much at home.
Well, he had a lot of his relatives and friends in the stands up in Portland, so that's understandable.
That pass list looked like Declaration of Independence. Here's the pitch to Flores. Fastball's high, ball 1. Flores came in hitting .335, and he is in the top 10 in hitting in the league. 0 for 1, having grounded out to short in this game, starting things off. Flores is now the 7th leading hitter in the league. Here's the pitch, and it's low ball 2-2-0. If he's going to finish 6th, he's going to have to finish ahead of Andy Green, which would have to mean a big day for Flores. Green 8 points ahead of Flores, opening things up today. And Green, the league MVP, .343 hitter for Tucson, 19 homers, 80 RBIs, and the runaway leader in the league in runs scored. Myro at second, Jackson at first. Here's the 2-0 to Flores, and he takes it high 3-0. And Nick Theodoro is on deck.
John Hancock wasn't on that pass list, was he?
I didn't check. 3-0. And Woods checks Buddy once again for a side. Left-hander set to go. And the 3-0 pitch. And Flores takes a strike near the inside corner. It is 3-1. Rick Short will win the league batting title in New Orleans. Infielder, outfielder, 383.
He flirted with 400 all year long, didn't he?
Yeah, for a good part, especially relatively late. I mean, he was around 390 not long ago. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And he hits a high in the air, foul to the right, back out of play. 3-2. I think that his high point on the year, late in the year, was 397. So he came very close at one time. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners will take off on this pitch. Myro from second. D.J. Jackson from first base. And Woods okays the signs of his catcher, Ryan Buddy. There they go. 3-2 pitch. Lined it into left field for a base hit. Around third is Myro. He'll score. Stopping at second base is Jackson. And Las Vegas leads it 3-0. Oh, Flores gets a base hit. And he collects his 42nd RBI. And 51s have 3 runs in the second. The batter, Nick Theodoro. Theodoro flied out to center his first time up. So here's Theodoro, switch hitter again, batting from the right side against Jake Woods. And the pitch is low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Now you have Jackson at second base, Flores at first, both with 2 out RBI singles. There's the 1-0 pitch to Theodoro. Fastball, there's a pop-up foul back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. 1 ball and 1 strike on Nick Theodoro. Jake Woods, sent down by the Angels the end of July. He spent some time with them in July. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Theodoro takes a breaking ball low and inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. So I got his first taste of the bigs. And now taking on the 51s, the last game of the season here. Jackson at second base, Flores at first with 2 outs, and Las Vegas with a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the second. Woods looks in for another sign. Now he's ready. And the 2-1 to Theodoro. Here it is. He swings late at that pitch and misses. Now strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 51s had big-time trouble with Sacramento this year in their own division. They just humbled them. But the 2 top teams in this division, Tacoma and Salt Lake, really hurt them. Here's the 2-2 to Theodoro. And it's in there for a call, 3rd strike. More about that later. Second strikeout by Woods. And that finishes the Vegas second. They do get 3 runs to break open, and they draw first blood here with a 3 on a total of 4 base hits. No errors and 2 men left. And at the end of 2, Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake nothing.
As temperatures rise, so do your chances for car trouble. Help meet the demands of summer driving by taking your General Motors vehicle to an expert, Cadillac of Las Vegas. Let Cadillac of Las Vegas give your car a seasonal checkup to make sure it's ready for virtually anything summer can dish out. Cadillac of Las Vegas is your GM Goodwrench Service Center, featuring GM-certified technicians, advanced diagnostic equipment, and genuine GM parts. So stop by your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Cadillac of Las Vegas at 2711 East Sahara in Las Vegas, and keep yourself and your car cool this summer.
Papa Joe Chevalier and you join me weekdays at 4 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Because the end of the day is just the beginning of the night. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
Welcome back again, friends, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you. 3-0 Las Vegas at the end of 2. Mike New takes them out to face Ryan Buddy, Casey Smith, and then Alberto Callaspo. 3-0 Vegas after 2. And Buddy, right-handed hitting catcher, stepping in against Mike New. And New goes to the windup and the pitch. That fastball's in low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan Buddy opens up the game at 2:30 with 5 homers and 24 runs batted in. And the 1-0 pitch. That's foul back again. They're trying. They're trying to hit one up here.
They want me to keep my mouth shut.
1 ball, 1
They're getting close.
71 games, they didn't hit one up here. And they're trying. They 2 close calls here in game 72. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the windup and the pitch to Buddy. Fastball, a fly ball to deep left. Going back is Chen. Chen looking up. That ball is on its way, and it is gone. Ryan Buddy hits his 6th of the year to get Salt Lake on the board. It's 3-1 Las Vegas now in the top of the 3rd.
You know when you score runs and you get a lead, that pitcher's got to come out there that next inning and just bear down like all get out. He's got to get the hitters out. Maybe that's been one of the problems this year for the club.
Well, certainly allowing home runs has. And here's Casey Smith. Here's the pitch. Foul ball off the right back out of play. Strike 1. And as Jerry Royster pointed on the pregame show, team defense has been a big disappointment for him for this year. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Smith. And he fouls that one back over hedge. 0-2 to count to Casey Smith.
No, there wasn't any defense involved in that one.
Yeah. But that was one of the things that Jerry was commenting on before the game. 0-2 pitch now, and he swings and misses and strikes out. Smith is out, and that strikeout is the first for Mike New. He's gone through the lineup once now, and the batter Alberto Callaspo, who bounced out to second his first time around. Alberto Callaspo on his way up now. And Mike New is set to work. The windup and his pitch. And the fastball's up and away, ball 1. 1-0. New's last start was a good one against Tacoma. 7 innings, his longest start. He allowed 1 unearned run and had no decision. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to second. Young moves to his left and picks it up. Throws over to Myro with a sidearm toss, and they're 2 down. In the top half of the 3rd inning, Callaspo's hit 2 ground balls in Young's direction now. And the bat is Brian Specht, who's single to right center in the 1st.
He's taken a little off of both picks and caused him to roll over and hit the roller.
So with 2 outs, here is Specht. Specht 5 out of 14 in the series with a couple of home runs. He's been batting 9th, but he's been hitting well, and he's in the number 2 slot for the last game here. The windup and the pitch from New. Fastball up and away, ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. And the wind, the 1-0. Specht hits a fly ball to left center field. Chen and Jackson coming in for it, and the ball falls in front of Chen for a base hit. Little fly ball, and it just kind of falls in there. So Specht is now 2 for 2, and the batter Brandon Wood.
Chen didn't pick that ball up right away. He didn't break on it.
And now Brandon Wood comes up. So a soft fly ball that falls in. And now Brandon Wood has an opportunity here with a man on and 2 outs. Wood single to left, try to stretch it into 2, and then Fin Chen threw him out at second. Fastball just under the knees, ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. So in the 51 second, they picked up 3. A home run by Ross. Back-to-back 2-out RBI singles by DJ Jackson and Jose Flores. Breaking ball bounces at the plate. It is 2-0. And Ryan Buddy's home run here gets Salt Lake on the board, and now it's 2-0 on Wood, who can definitely go deep if he gets his pitch. 2 balls and no strikes to count. And New gets set to go. Here's the 2-0 look and the pitch. Fly ball to deep right toward the corner. Ross going back, and now he comes in to make the catch, and that finishes the Salt Lake 3rd. So, a home run by Buddy, a single by Specht. That's it. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And at the end of 2.5, it is Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake 1.
Hey, 51 fans, stop by Sure Tire for the Goodyear Blimp birthday celebration. The Goodyear Blimp. For 80 years, it's been the name everyone looks up to. Hurry in before August 27th and score big on a large variety of Goodyear tires. If you're looking for traction in any weather, choose the Goodyear Assurance featuring triple tread technology. For your performance car needs, choose Eagle GTHR, Eagle LS, or Eagle RSA tires. And for truck and SUV owners, check out the new Wrangler and Forterra featuring Silent Armor technology. In addition to great savings, get up to an $80 rebate on your next purchase of tires or service made on your Goodyear car before August 27th. But at Sure Tire, we do more than just tires. We also take care of your automotive service needs, such as brakes, oil changes, alignments, and more. All at competitive prices. In fact, stop by right now and get an oil, lube, and filter service for just $12.95. It's a deal you just can't beat. So check out Sure Tire for great savings on tires and service. Hurry, the Goodyear Blimp birthday celebration ends August 27th. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for complete details and a local Sure Tire retailer nearest you.
The Vegas Sports Wire, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
Welcome back again, friends, to Cashman Field, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer after 2.5. Las Vegas leading Salt Lake 3-1. And Jake Woods facing Delwin Young, Cody Ross, and Chin Fang Chen. College football, the University of New Mexico right now leading UNLV 17-9 in the 3rd quarter. They were up 17-0. And the Rebels have scored 9 points now. Here's the windup, and Jake Woods pitched to Delwin Young, and he swings and misses on 1. Speaking of scores,
Rebels shut them down since into the 1st quarter. That's good. Excuse me.
Look, you're still in my will, Dick. I don't care. Breaking ball is low, 1-1 to count. We have the Tony Roma scoreboard also from Big League Baseball. And Tony Roma's a great place for rib steaks and seafood. Head over to any of the 3 Tony Roma's locations in Las Vegas. Before or after every 51st game, Young swings and misses. And it's 1-2. Let's check some scores. Here's the windup on the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, tap towards short. Wood charges, scoops, straightens, and throws, and gets one Young. One out of the batter, Cody Ross. National League, they're in the 6th inning in St. Louis. In St. Louis, the Cardinals lead the Cubs 2-0. They're in the top of the 6th inning with the Cubs batting against Jeff Suppan. Mark Pryor pitching for the Cubs in that ball game. They're in the 9th inning in Washington, and the Nationals leading Florida now 5-0. And we look for a final on that in a little while. Here's the pitch. Ross takes ball 1. Ross homer to left. Looked like a routine fly ball and got out of here, opening up the second.
Frank Robinson made a statement. He says they had a chance to bury us. They didn't. And now it looks like we're on the go. And they won that big game yesterday, and they're winning today. So they can figure in that thing prominently. It's up for grabs at wild card.
Pitch misses to Ross at 2-0. With Chen on deck, here's Woods winding the pitch. Fastball high again. It is 3-0. In Atlanta, they're in the bottom of the 8th. The Braves have taken now a 4-2 lead over the Mets with 2 runs in the 8th. Andrew Jones is 45th. Keeping up with the Joneses. Andrew has hit number 45. Chipper has hit number 16.
Chipper Jones.
That's right. That's Chipper Jones. There's another high fly to deep left by Cody Ross. Gorno goes back, looking up at the base of the wall, jumps up, and it's off the wall. Now the ball being chased by Gordon. Ross heading for third base. The throw by Gordon. Ross slides. He's got a triple. How about possibly hitting for the cycle on the last day of the season?
So he's got a pretty good start to it, I'll tell you that. He saw that play in front of him all the way, and he just kept going, and there's no need for a coach on that one. Right. There was on Chen's ball, and you pick up the coach then. He had that play in front of him, and actually the ball was closer to the left fielder than it was to the right fielder when Chen stopped at second. So that's good heads-up base running for a guy that's not overly fast.
So now Ross has his 4th triple. He has the 2 most difficult components of the cycle in hand, and the infield is in now for Salt Lake, and there is a strike to Chen, who doubled down the right field line. And Luke Allen, a running effort for it, and couldn't quite get it. The ball was just fair. He ended up scoring on the base hit by Jackson. 0-1 pitch. Chen chases an off-speed pitch that was down and away with a one-handed cut, and it is 0-2. So 2 strikes on Chen. And a look by Jake Woods, the 0-2 pitch. Chen takes it up and away, 1-2. Houston and the Phillies will get together later on. Good matchup there, Andy Pettit versus Brett Myers. Then Milwaukee and the Reds will also meet up. Tomaoka and Brandon Clausen, 2 9-game winners. 1-2 pitch. Chen takes it a little high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Dodgers open up a series with San Francisco on ESPN. Brad Hennessy, the sinker ball specialist, will go for San Francisco against another sinker baller, Mr. Derek Lowe. Lowe 9-13, Hennessy 4-6. Here's the 2-2 from Woods to Chen. And again, he chases a low off-speed pitch, strike 3. So, now with Ross at third base and 2 outs, the batter's Nakamura. In the American League, one final, the White Sox took a 5-0 lead into the bottom of the 9th and held on, and they beat the Red Sox 5-3 at Fenway. Red Sox got a 9th-inning home run by Tony Graffanino, but it was too late. White Sox got a win from the rookie McCarthy, who did a good job, and Kurt Schilling took the loss. He's 5-7.
He hasn't been faring too well as a starter, has he?
No. Pitches high, ball 1 to Nakamura, who grounded out to third. He was seriously jammed in the second when he had a slow bouncer to the third baseman, Patkovich. Now he's up with Ross at third base and 2 outs, and he takes a fastball high. It is 2-0. White Sox had a home run by Juan Uribe, and somebody we talked about yesterday, Paul Konerko. He had another one. He's got 34 now.
I'm glad to see him finally get the opportunity. He didn't get it with the L.A., and he didn't have it with Cincinnati, and he's getting it with the White Sox and helping them win.
strike to Nakamura now. So, Ross at third, 2 down. And a couple of other big American League partials to give you in just a second here. Woods gets set. And the pitch to Nakamura. He swings and doesn't get it. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the 8th inning, Cleveland leads at Detroit 2-0. Hernandez, that's Jose Hernandez, is homered for the Indians. A solo home run, his 6th. That's at Comerica Park in Detroit. Here's the 2-2 to Nakamura. Breaking ball, a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's it. So Ross triples with 1 out, but Chen and Nakamura both out on strikes. And Woods has struck out 4 now in this ball game. More scores later on in the Las Vegas 3rd inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And at the end of 3, it is Las Vegas 3 and Salt Lake 1.
Planning on vacationing with a family on a road trip? Let the outstanding GM Goodwrench Service Department at Desert GMC Buick help you to get out of town, not into trouble. Desert GMC Buick has been rated #1 in customer service satisfaction in Nevada with the latest diagnostic equipment, GM-certified technicians, and genuine GM parts. So be sure your car is ready for that out-of-town trip. Come visit your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Desert GMC Buick at 6400 West Sahara in Las Vegas. Great service is something to be thankful for, and you'll find it at Desert GMC Buick.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, welcome to Pete's Pets.
Oh, hi, I need to return something.
The chicken?
Yeah, the chicken.
Something wrong with it?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't do anything. It just, stands around and it makes that stupid sound.
What do you want the chicken to do?
Beg or fetch or roll over.
It's a chicken.
So?
So chickens don't really do anything.
Well then why did you sell her to me?
Because you gave me money.
Well, my dog, he used to greet me at the door. He'd jump up and down and everything. This chicken doesn't even know I'm there.
So what are you saying? The chicken's hurting your feelings?
No, I'm not saying that. But why would I want a chicken if it isn't good for anything?
Chickens are good for one thing, if you have the right equipment.
The right equipment?
Yep. Charcoal, grill, barbecue sauce.
Introducing the Western Bacon Chicken Sandwich at Carl's Jr. A big, juicy, charbroiled chicken breast with bacon, barbecue sauce, and crispy onion rings. New at Carl's Jr. For a limited time only at participating restaurants.
Welcome back again, friends. We're here at Cashman Field at the end of 3. Las Vegas 3, Salt Lake 1. Along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you, top of the 4th inning now. Mike New with a 3-1 lead will face Nick Corneau, Luke Allen, and then Brian Gordon. All right, the other game is in Baltimore, bottom of the 7th inning. Toronto 2, the Orioles 1 in that ball game. Later on, Texas and Minnesota will hook up. It's Cameron Lowe for Texas against Carlos Silva, the Twins, and it'll be Seattle and Oakland. And that's Felix Hernandez, the guy they call King Felix, the 19-year-old who is 2-2 with a 1.84 ERA coming up now. And then Joe Blanton will pitch for Oakland. He's 8-10. As the A's hope to gain ground on the Angels, who are idle today. Here's the pitch. And it's ball 1. So at least a couple big league teams taking Labor Day off. Angels being one of them. 1 ball and no strikes on Garneau, who popped out to short his first time up. And the pitch bounces. It is 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
Yankees are off. Angels are off. I guess Tampa Bay is off also. Or are they playing?
Pitch is foul back 2-1. No, they're not. They're not playing. So Kansas City Royals are not playing.
That's the 4 then, yeah.
2-1 on Nick Corneau. Luke Allen next and Brian Gordon in the top of the 4th inning.
The Kansas City A's haven't been playing, or Royals haven't been playing all year.
Here's the pitch. Corneau takes inside ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And that's a great city. I played there 2 years in 59 and 60 and just loved it.
Here's a 3-1 pitch. Corneau takes it up and in, ball 4. New issues his first walk. It comes leading off the 4th inning. And the batter's Luke Allen, who lined out hard to right his first time up. Got the Negro League Museum over there.
Yes, they do. It's quite an affair, they say, too.
Yeah. And Luke Allen gets it to step in right now. 3-1 Las Vegas in the top of the 4th inning. So
I guess Buck O'Neill is more or less stationed there at the Negro Museum. He's from St. Louis, and he's a Hall of Famer. I have to see him every spring when I was working for the Yankees down in Florida, and he held court along with George Brett, they both held court before ball games down there.
Pitch is fouled out to the left, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Luke Allen. And Brian Gordon waits his turn on deck. So Gorno at first base with nobody out in the top of the 4th inning. There's a 1-1 stretch. And New gets set. Here's his pitch. As a slow ground ball to short, they might get 2. Theodore has it. Now he goes to step on the bag, but he drops the ball. And so everybody's safe. Gorno is safe at second. Allen safe at first. It looked like a double play. Instead, it's a fielder's choice and an error on Nick Theodoro.
Should have been a double play all the way. I think he heard the pitter-patter.
Theodoro was right next to the bag. And he tried to get a grip on it, juggled it, dropped it, and couldn't get nobody. Not double play and not the force out. So now, 2 on, nobody out. First error of the game for the team. And the batter now is Brian Gordon, who grounded out to first his first time up. And it's a high slide down the left field line, slicing towards foul ground. In pursuit is Chen, and it's back out of play. 1 strike to count on Gordon.
Makes for a tough inning. Should be 2 out, and you can't anticipate double play, but we can up here.
Yeah. That one was easy to read. 0-1 to count to Gordon. Miguel Cabrera has homered for the Marlins now in the 9th inning, so they're trying to make a late run at Washington. It's 5-2 now. Washington leading. Cabrera's 29th of the year. There's a bunt in front of the plate. Nicely done. Picked up by New. He throws to third base, and he is safe at third. Nakamura at the bag. The throw was right there, and the third base umpire Cameron Keller says safe. Nakamura doesn't like it. Okay, this is the first time all year that Nakamura has said anything to an umpire. We could see up here he was talking to the ump. He might have mumbled something over his shoulder that we couldn't tell from up here while batting. But last game of the season, Nakamura visibly upset by the call, feeling like Gorno was out and the call was safe. It is a sacrifice and a fielder's choice.
No response from the 51's bench.
And the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Patkovich, who lined out to left his first time up. So the bases are now loaded with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. New got off the mound quickly, picked it up, and spun around and threw a good throw over there. And it was close. Here's the 1-0. Patkovich takes it low. 1 ball and 1 strike now. One ball and 1 strike to count. So Gorno at third, Allen at second, Gordon at first base. And the 1-1 stretch by Mike New. The pitch. Fastball crowds him inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Cubs has got 2 runs in the 6th to tie the Cardinals up. Scoring off Jeff Suppan. It is 2-2 Cubs and Cardinals now in the 6th inning.
Pryor's going for his 11th, I believe, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And it's a bouncer foul outside third, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Adam Patkovich. So Gorno, who walked, is now at third. Allen, who with the ground ball to Theodoro, is now at second. And Gordon, who laid the bunt down, is now at first base. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
What do you think Nakamura said to him?
I'd love to know. The pitch bounces all the way up near the top of the screen. And Gorno scores. Allen goes to third. Gordon goes to second on a wild pitch, and it's 3-2 in favor of Las Vegas. And now a full count on Patkovich with Ryan Budde on deck. So without benefit of a base hit or anything close to it, the Salt Lake Stingers have a run here. 3-2. New gets set. And the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball grounded towards short. Theodore moves to his right, picks it up, throws on the first base on a bounce, dug out nicely by Myro. On the play, Allen scores. Gordon takes third, and it's a 3-3 tie. That RBI ground up brings up Ryan Budde.
The easier play would have been at third base, and you'd only had a runner on first. Now they have a chance to go ahead with a sac fly.
So Gordon's now at third base. And there is 1 out. And here is Budde, who homered, opening up the third. His first time up. So Gordon down the line from third now. And Mike New deals a breaking ball, a strike on the inside corner. Good pitch. It is 0-1. One strike on Ryan Buddy. Now, New is set again. And the 0-1 pitch. Fastball a little low maybe, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a walk, a fielder's choice plus an error, a sacrifice, wild pitch, a run-scoring ground out, 2 runs in, and no hits. The pitch is low and outside. It is 2-1, a 3-3 tie here in the top of the fourth. Two balls and a strike to Ryan Buddy. Gordon stands off third base. And now they've called a balk on Mike New. Mike New called for a balk, which means now that the Salt Lake Stingers have scored 3 runs without a base hit. And they now lead 4-3. And the 2-1 pitch to Ryan Buddy now. A ground ball wide at third base. Nakamura has it going to his left and fires on the first base and gets him in there 2 down. Batter Casey Smith. With 2 away, here's Smith, who struck out his first time up, and now the Stingers lead 4-3. The story out of Fenway was Brandon McCarthy, who went 7 innings of scoreless ball in Fenway. Never an easy thing to do. The pitch is a ground ball to short to his left is Theodore. He has this one and throws on the first base and gets Smith to finish the inning. More about that game in Boston later on. But in a year that has seen a lot of weird things happen, maybe the weirdest for last. 3 runs, no hits, 1 error, and no one left. And at the end of 3 1/2, Salt Lake 4 and Las Vegas 3.
A little more public shame will make you think about what you've done.
Fox Sports Radio 1460. KENO Las Vegas.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy experts.
Getting a mortgage shouldn't take forever, and it shouldn't be a big headache. Introducing hassle-free mortgages with 80% less paperwork only from Bank of America. For your next mortgage, Bank of America has what you want. Competitive rates, lots of choices to reduce or eliminate fees and closing costs, convenient ways to apply, in person, by phone, or online, plus 80% less paperwork. So you don't waste your time tracking down hundreds of old financial documents. Discover hassle-free Bank of America mortgages for yourself. Call 1-800-900-9000. Visit your local Bank of America banking center or go online to bankofamerica.com/loans. Not all applicants will qualify for reduced paperwork benefit. All credit is subject to approval. Normal credit standards apply. Terms and conditions are subject to change without notice. Bank of America. Higher standards. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back again, my friends. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Salt Lake leading by a score of 4-3, along with Dick Williams. Russ Langer with you. Mike New did walk the leadoff man in the 4th inning, but then victimized by some shaky defense behind him. He also threw a wild pitch and committed a balk. Bottom line, it is 4-3 Salt Lake. And Las Vegas comes up on the bottom of the 4th now against Jake Woods. It's Brian Myra to open it up. And Myra, big uppercut swing and a foul tip into Buddy's glove. Strike 1, 0-1. More about that Red Sox team. Brandon McCarthy, 7 scoreless innings. And Paul Konerko homered off Kurt Schilling. And the pitch is strike to Myra, 0-2. Juan Uribe had a single and a double and a home run. And it's funny because now they're talking about magic numbers in that division. Breaking ball bouncing, and it's 1-2 now. White Sox magic number to clinch the AL Central is now 17, which means any combination of 17 wins by Chicago or Minnesota losses and totaling 17, and they will, Cleveland that is, not Minnesota of course, Cleveland, and then that would mean that the White Sox would clinch that division. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Myro. Woods, a very long check of Ryan Buddy. Now to the full windup on the 1-2 pitch. And as a bouncer down the first baseline, that's a fair ball taken by Smith. He'll step on the bag with a left foot. And there's one out. Myro was hit by a pitch and scored his first time around. And with one out, Gutierrez comes up. Red Sox loss means that they've lost only 3 times at home in their last 24 games at Fenway.
And Schilling, I think, has had 2 of those.
You're right. McCarthy struck out 7. He's a 22-year-old righty. Been up and down from AAA since he made his debut in the big leagues back in May. And the pitch to Gutierrez is outside, ball 1. Schilling allowed 4 runs on 9 hits. He walked 3 and hit 1 in 6 1/3 innings, striking out 4. But the 1-0 pitch. And that one hits him. It looked like the left arm. And so Gutierrez will take his base. Jake Woods had not hit anybody at the AAA level all season, but he's hit 2 batters in this game. He hit Myro in the second. He eventually scored, and now he hits Gutierrez, and the batter's Jackson, who has an RBI single in his only at bat. Well, for Schilling, not a great outing, but maybe a step in the right direction. It's the first time in 6 starts this year that he's allowed fewer than 5 earned runs in a start.
Well, would you call that a quality start then?
No. No, I'm in the Dick Williams camp when it comes to quality starts. That's to me that's one of those $1.98 markdown stats. Pitches ball 1 to DJ Jackson, who singled in a run in the second with 2 outs. His drive to right drove in Chen from third base. And with Gutierrez at first and 1 out, breaking ball is high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Two balls and no strikes. We're going to talk more about how you can help with the effects of Hurricane Katrina, if you like. Pitches outside 3-0. Chance to come up to the information booth here if you would like to donate and help the victims of Hurricane Katrina here at the ballpark. You can do that. The note here that the Red Sox fans donated $27,000 to the Hurricane Katrina relief effort today. The 5-day total at Fenway, more than $100,000.
That's great.
Yes. The team also promised some proceeds from the series.
That's great, too. It's a very great city for contributions, and they've been doing the Jimmy Fund for many years. Any fines we had, and I had a few, my year's manager there went to the Jimmy Fund. So something like this is so tragic. It's so good that the people respond, and they're great fans up in Boston, New England.
3-2 to count. Gutierrez off first, and the pitch is lifted down the right field line, slicing foul. That'll end up near the bullpen. 3-2 to count. 4-3 Salt Lake in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 out and 1 on. So,
and for many, many years, Ted Williams was the chairman for the Jimmy Fund when he was active as a player. Mike Andrews, one of my players, second baseman, he's in charge of the Jimmy Fund now.
And Jackson swings and misses and strikes out. 5 strikeouts for Woods. Jackson is 1 for 2. And with 2 outs, the batter is Jose Flores, who has grounded out and singled in a run. Texas and Minnesota are underway now in the Metrodome. Just beginning now. Toronto got 2 in the 8th and now lead Baltimore in the bottom of the 8th inning 4-1 at Camden Yards. And also the Mariners and Oakland are now underway. We'll have updates on all those games as we move along. Here's the pitch to Jose Flores, and it comes in. Fastball up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Flores. So Gutierrez at first base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Flores hitting .336. 1 ball and no strikes. Woods gets that. A glance at first and the pitch. And it's foul back, strike 1. 1-1.
He's swinging the bat well. Flores is really, he's on the pitch all the time.
About a month ago, a little over a month ago, he was at 290. And all of a sudden, he began to catch fire. Now, in the last day, he's at .336, 7th in the league in hitting. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And it's fouled straight back 1-2. He got hot end of July, and he stayed hot, basically, the entire month of August.
It's hard to get your numbers up there later in the year, too, with all your at-bats.
No.
But he looks like he has extreme confidence now at the plate.
1-2. Gutierrez off first, and Smith right there next to him. Breaking ball, and there's a drive into shallow center field. Here comes Gordon, and he's going to play it on a bounce. A base hit. Stopping at second base is Gutierrez. And Jose Flores is 2 for 3, and he is now 7 for 10 in the series.
With 2 strikes on him, he shortens up, makes contact, and good things can happen.
Flores' lifetime against Salt Lake, just for the record, is over 400. That was his 101st career hit against Salt Lake. So, I mean, he just totally wears them out.
That is fantastic.
And here now is Theodoro, who has fly to center and struck out looking. And a fastball's on the outside corner for a strike. It is 0-1. I'm going to pull a Danny Cater here and see what Flores is hitting at this time. 110 now for 325. Flores is now at 338. He's got a chance to hit 340. Here's the 0-1. Theodore takes it outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Joe Thurston in 2002 had a similar average. That was when he had his tremendous breakthrough season at AAA. Here's the 1-1 look now. And Woods checks the runners, delivers. Breaking ball. That's a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike to Theodoro. 4-3 Salt Lake in the bottom of the 4th. Thurston was right around 260 at AAA Columbus for the Yankees last time we checked. There's the 2-1 stretch by Woods. And the pitch to Theodoro. And it's up and away, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Some of the players will be leaving tonight. Some of the players will be leaving in the morning. They all scatter. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Woods has a look in now. Buddy collects the sign, nods his head yes. Now the 3-1 pitch to Theodoro. And it's way outside, ball 4. That walk is the first walk issued by Woods. It loads him up for Delwyn Young. Gutierrez to third, Flores to second. And here's Young, who is struck out and grounded out to short.
Now this would be a good time to keep his hitting streak alive.
There's a 17-game streak coming in, tying in Willie Ibar for the longest streak on the team this year. But in this game, he hasn't totally looked comfortable against Woods. He struck out in the first and hit a slow ground ball to short. So he's 0 for 2. First time he's ever faced Woods. And he digs in now. Bases loaded, 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th inning. Woods collects the sign from Buddy. And from a stretch, here he comes. And a breaking pitch is a little outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. Las Vegas 3 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. The 1-0 pitch. And he swings through that high fastball. It's now 1-1.
Hit that ball by him. You know, the guy that's in a jam is not the hitter with the bases loaded, it's the pitcher. One with the hitting, I don't know if it was Mattingly saying this the other day, and he's absolutely correct. Behind that one also.
That's swing and a miss, 1-2.
They're the ones that have to get the ball over and come to you. And
so now Woods has the advantage. He missed with a breaking ball. He's thrown 2 fastballs by Young. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. And so the 6th strikeout for Woods gets him out of the 4th inning. For Las Vegas, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left. We head to the 5th inning. Salt Lake 4 and Las Vegas 3.
Have you ever seen the world from behind the wheel of an RV? Have you ever roasted marshmallows over an open fire and told spooky tales? Have you ever just wanted to grab the kids and go with ease? Well, now's your chance. Come down to DKRV today and check out our large selection of motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers. New, pre-owned, gas or diesel, we have it all. DKRV, 3675 Boulder Highway, just south of Sahara, 436 DKRV.
JP the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Bob, what are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking that I'm currently uncertain about our future. I'm afraid that if I tell you how much I love you, I'll chase you away.
Bob has ESP.
Oh, Bob, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
But clearly Bob doesn't have ESPN.
I love you, Susan.
Sad. It's just sad. but this isn't. Right now, get our best deal of the year. Cox Digital Cable free for 2 months. You'll get 185 channels featuring ESPN, Fox Sports, NBA TV, Golf Channel, and many more. All your favorite channels free for 2 months, including the highly anticipated July 29th launch of the NFL Network with on-demand technology so you can watch highlights of every NFL game on game day and throughout the week. You can't get that with satellite. Don't delay. Get your 2 free months of Cox Digital Cable today. Call 967-3603. That's 967-3603. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Welcome back, friends. At the end of 4, a 4-3 lead for Salt Lake. Russ Langer with Dick Williams. And we were talking a couple of days ago about some of the great PA announcers around, and we got an outstanding one here, Mr. Dan Bickmore, the captain here at Cashman Field. And without a doubt, and Dick, I mean, this fellow I think was around Yankee Stadium when you were playing. Mr. Bob Shepard.
He was there when Babe Ruth was playing.
Yeah, just about.
This man is a tremendous man. He's an English professor at Columbia, and he's in his 80s now. I don't know if he's still teaching or not, but what a fine gentleman, and I mean, he's class all the way.
Alberto Callaspo's up. He's grounded out to second twice. And the pitch is a strike on 1. And if Mr. Shepard were here, he'd say,
"For Salt Lake. Batting second baseman, Alberto Callaspo.
Pitch is in the dirt. And the count to Callaspo is 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty elegant. And actually the anti-Bob Shepard used to work in Minnesota. That was Bob Casey. 1-1 pitch. Chopper to the right side, to his left is Young. He has it on the outfield grass. Fires to Myro and gets him. That's 3 ground outs to second for Casper. You might want to try someone else.
Casey, and he just passed away this spring or earlier in the year. And he used to sit to the third base side, field level, at the Dome in Minnesota. And a lot of times foul balls came back, or like Wolves shy away, or you're shy away. He used to get knocked off his stool at least once or twice a game. He'd recoil from balls getting thrown there. And he's a heck of a guy. He's a great guy. But he was exciting.
Specht has singled twice. Once to right center, once to left center. Bob Casey, Minnesota. Here's the 1-0 pitch coming to Specht. And it's high. 2 balls and no strikes. He always sounded like he was angry.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, play.
Yeah, that's right. That's him.
2 balls and no strikes. And New delivers. And as a liner into right center, and now Mr. Specht is 3 for 3. Specht as in respect. And now the throw comes back in, and Brandon Wood will have a chance now. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to right. Specht has 7 hits in the series now. And that's a total of 5 Salt Lake hits. And Specht, of course, with a trio of them. And here's Brandon Wood, 1 for 2. Wood climbing in now, and New hoping for better fortunes than he had in the 4th inning. What a weird inning that was. There's a high fly deep on the right field side, slicing foul, and that'll go back out of play just beyond the Fox 5 sign. Strike 1, 0-1.
We had an announcer for many, many years at Fenway Park, Sherman Feller.
Yeah, he wrote that song Summertime, right?
He might have.
I think he wrote that.
He might have. But he was something. Just very few words.
1 hopper to deep short. Theodoro dives, and it's off his mid in the left field. Base hit for Wood. On to second base is Specht. So 2 on with 1 out. A nice effort by Theodoro. Couldn't quite get it. And the batter's Nick Gorneau, who's popped up, walked, and scored. 0 for 1. 18 with 6 hits now. Yeah, Sherman Feller had that short kind of clip delivery.
Yes.
That's him. So Gorneau, who has 6 hits in the series, including a grand slam, and the league leader in RBIs, up now. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the 5th. He was there for a long time.
Yes, he was.
And the breaking ball low and outside ball 1. 1-0. Gorneau very likely to win the RBI crown. His nearest pursuer is Mike Cervenek of Fresno, who has 103, so he'll take a big game out of him. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's inside ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So Specht at second, Wood at first. One out in the top of the fifth. And Mike New check signs with his catcher, Gabriel Gutierrez. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And it's an off-speed pitch. He swings hard and misses. It is now 2 balls and 1 strike.
For many years at Baltimore, the former Major League pitcher for the Dodgers that threw a no-hitter.
Rex Barney.
And you just mentioned yesterday as we were talking, or earlier today, give that man a contract. That was his slogan.
Sure. There's a 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Theodora charges, picks it up, steps on second for one, throws to first base to complete a 6-3 double play. And New is out of the fifth inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 4.5, Salt Lake 4, Las Vegas 3.
Hey, 51 fans, the smell of victory is closer than you think. 2 juicy beef patties, hot grilled onions, fresh crisp fries. Come get your taste of it at any of the 7 In-N-Out locations throughout Vegas. To find the In-N-Out nearest you, call toll-free 1-800-786-1000, or simply get in your car, roll down the window, and follow your nose. In-N-Out is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas 51, as well as the hungry fans like you that support them.
Hey, this is the Sports Take from the Wise Guys. Catch us every weekday noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep, I don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead, a different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guests must register in advance and quantities are limited.
It's summertime, and you know what that means. You're going to need a deliciously cool treat to survive those hot days. Introducing the newest creation from Baskin-Robbins, Frozen Custard, a premium ice cream treat that's rich, creamy, and oh so smooth. It's not your typical ice cream. It's a velvety sensation that will leave your taste buds wanting more. This scoopable delight is rich, thick, and creamy, unlike anything you've ever tasted. Enjoy our new custard in a cup, waffle cone, or in a signature sundae. The new Frozen Custard at Baskin-Robbins. What shape will yours take?
Welcome back again as it played Day Tripper by the Beatles. Bottom of the fifth inning, Salt Lake leading 4-3. Final Day Tripper of the year. This is it. Labor Day 05, last game of the season, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you, and Jake Woods benefiting from 3 unearned runs that his Stingers got on no hits off Mike New. How many times, Dick, can you remember seeing 3 runs on no hits and no one hitting the ball out of the infield before?
I've never seen that before.
Well, if you've never seen it before, telling you,
both against me or for me, I've never watched it before, and I was afraid to look.
Here's the windup and the pitch to Cody Ross. He looks at ball 1. Ross has homered and tripled, so a couple of things to think about as this game goes on. Can Ross get closer to hitting for the cycle?
He got the 2 toughest ones out of the way.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and he swings and misses. It's 1-1. And the other thing is, of course, if Jelwyn Young can get a hit and get an 18-game streak to finish the year, we'll see. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Woods rocks and winds, and the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, there's the strike. It is now 1-2. Cody Ross, a home run to left in the second, a triple off the fence in left center in the third. Breaking ball grounded to the first base dugout. Hello over there. It goes in and out. And somebody from the bullpen will go after that one. Ryan Roop. He's got his jacket on, so you can't see his number, but you never are in any doubt about Ryan Roop over there. 6'5", 248. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. As a ground ball to deep short, Wood to his right backhands makes a long throw to first base that pulls Smith off the bag, and that is a base hit for Cody Ross, which means he is a double away from the cycle.
Very good.
Nice effort by Wood. He went to his right, backhand, jumped high in the air, but his throw was way to the right of Casey Smith, and so 51s now have 7 hits. They have the tying runs on, and here's Chin Feng Chen, who doubled and scored and struck out. He's 1 for 2. And Woods gets set. The pitch to Chen. That's up and away, ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes.
Howie Green and Derek Jeter make that play. That ball in the hole, they jump up and they throw the strike.
How about Vizquel?
Vizquel's made it for many years.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Here's the 1-0. Chen swings and doesn't get it. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
And maybe on occasion Vizquel might have fielded the ball with one hand.
Chen had trouble with the off-speed stuff from Woods down in the way when he batted in the third. The pitch. He gets a fastball. It's a called strike. Belled high to the outside corner. So Chen up with a 1-2 count, and a right-hander is up in the Salt Lake bullpen. That is number 29, Edouard Ramirez. Chen swings and misses and strikes out. So Chen fans for the second time. That's 7 strikeouts for Wood. And with Ross at first base and 1 out, the batter's Nakamura. Nakamura has grounded out to third and he is struck out.
The big swing, no matter what the situation is, the same swing. Got to shorten up and maybe take a shot at the hole over on the right side. Same thing here with Nakamura.
Here's the pitch. It's high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One final. Washington did beat Florida 5-2. Levon Hernandez, the winner. He's now 15-6.
A workhorse.
Yeah. Oh. Boy, does he eat innings. Vargas, the rookie, took the loss. He's 5-3. 1-0 pitch. Nakamura takes it high. That straightens up Ryan Buddy. Ball 2, 2-0, 4-3 Salt Lake. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here. Ross at first base with 1 out. Cleveland held on and beat Detroit 2-0, and Scott Ellerton got the win, hooking up with Bob Wickman on an 8-hitter. Ellerton is now 8-7. Mike Maroth, a loser, 12-13. Wickman's 36th save. Here's a 2-0 to Nakamura. And it's way high again with a fastball. 3-0, and Brian Miro's on deck. Fan downstairs saying Nakahoma, which is the old guy they used to have at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. The pitch is high ball 4. So Ross goes to second base and a walk to Nakamura. That's the second walk allowed by Woods. And now the batter's Miro, who's been hit by a pitch and scored and grounded out to first. He's 0 for 1. Atlanta beat the Mets 4-2. That's a final from Atlanta now. Speaking of Atlanta, Boyer got the win to go to 2-1. He beat Steve Traxel, who was 1-1. Kyle Farnsworth, his 4th save. And the Joneses go deep. Andrew, number 45. Chipper, number 16.
Chipper missed most of the year also. That's in line with his total home runs usually for a full year.
Fastball's a strike to Miro, 0-1. 1 strike to count. Miro hitting .284 as he stands in now. And Ross, the tying run at second base. Nakamura's at first. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. He rolls it off the end of the bat foul. And it'll dribble not far from Mariano Duncan. The count is 0-2. Texas and Minnesota underway. 1-0 Texas in the top of the second now. In Seattle, Oakland, no score in the bottom of the second. So all the American League games are either over or underway. National League games, several later games. Houston, the Phillies, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Dodgers, and the Giants. 0-2 to Miro. Breaking ball. He swings hard and fouls that one back. Miro had a big time cut at that ball. And the count stays 0-2 on Brian Miro with Gabriel Gutierrez on deck. Last of the 5th inning, last game of the season. 5th inning action here. Russ Langer along with Dick Williams. 0-2 on Brian Miro. Ross off the second base. Nakamura off of first. Woods again checks Buddy. 1-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball, that's in low. Ball 1. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Miro digging in again. Shortstop Wood swung way over toward the bag, right behind the runner Cody Ross. And now he moves back to his position as the fastball comes in. Miro swings and fouls that one back. He had a big rip at that pitch, and he was on it, fouling it straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the count. Miro getting settled back in the batter's box. 4-3 Salt Lake in the home half of the 5th. Ross stands off second base. Nakamura away from first. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Woods all set to go. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, a fly ball to center. That should be caught by Gordon. Is using his glove to shield his eyes from the sun. He's also got the shades on. Makes the catch and fires it back to the shortstop, Wood. Ross back to second base. Nakamura back to first base. There are 2 outs, and the batter's Gabriel Gutierrez, who's fouled out and been hit by a pitch. Cubs and Cardinals tied at 2 in the 8th inning now. Ray King has relieved Thompson for the Cardinals. And the Cubs have 2 on with 1 out as we speak in the top of the 8th inning at Busch Stadium. Here's Gutierrez. And the pitch. He swings and fouls that one back. Strike 1, 0-1. One strike on Gabriel Gutierrez, who's since coming up from the low minors. 6 for 12. 0-1.
He had a swing like he wanted to hit a 4-run homer, and there's only 2 on.
The strike 1 look by Woods in the pitch. Breaking ball. There's a strike on the outside. A backdoor breaking ball got in there, and the count is 0-2 on Gutierrez. So Woods was ahead of Myro 0-2, then they battled. Myro ultimately flying out to center. And the 0-2 to Gutierrez. Fastball way high around the shoulders. Try to get him a chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Las Vegas 3 in the second. When Ross homered, Chen doubled. Myro was hit by a pitch, and then Jackson singled in Chen, and Flores singled in Myro. They've had chances, though, in the 3rd, 4th, and now again in the 5th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Gutierrez lines it foul to the right, back into the seats. 1-2 still. Salt Lake getting 1 back in the 3rd, and on a home run by Ryan Buddy, and in a bizarre 4th inning. They got 3 runs, not only with no hits, but nobody moving the ball out of the infield at all, any time. Walk, ground ball that should have been a double play and wasn't, a sacrifice bunt. Here's the pitch now. Gutierrez grounds one to third base, picked up by Papkovich. He throws on to first base, and that's the inning. So the 51s are finished in the 5th. No runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and 2 men left. Las Vegas now in this game has left 8 men on base, and at the end of 5, Salt Lake 4, 51s 3.
What a game this is turning out to be. But hey, while there's a lull in the action, why not grab a cold one? After all, it's pretty warm out there. In fact, make mine a cold, refreshing glass of water from Crystal Peak Water Company. You see, Crystal Peak Water uses a meticulous 6-step process for absolutely pure and noticeably better tasting water. For easy startup delivery service to your home or office, call 88 Water. That's 889-2837. Crystal Peak Water Company. Clearly better tasting water.
I got something that'll make you feel better.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, you know what's cool? Strutting into a downtown Las Vegas classic like you own the place. Hitting the casino for some gambling like it used to be. At the blackjack tables, on the slot machines, in the sports book, and in the poker room. Having a meal that make the chefs at some of the new frou-frou joints on the Strip question their own culinary credentials. Or hanging with your friends before catching the headliner in the showroom, and the whole time getting treated with the kind of service that snatched the AAA 4-Diamond Award for 28 consecutive years. You locals know what I'm talking about. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's been the jewel of downtown since 1946, and yeah, that's cool. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. That's downtown Las Vegas. Come in, and like the boys with the 51s know, you better come to play. Get more at goldennugget.com.
Welcome back again, friends, to Cashman Field, top of the 6th inning. Salt Lake leading the 51s by a score of 4-3, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you, Mike New warming up to pace, Luke Allen, Brian Gordon, and Adam Papkovich in the 6th. One of the kind of evergreen topics that's always ripe for discussion are the ones that got away. Different players that were part of a particular organization originally, and then for whatever reason, slipped through the cracks. Roberto Clemente, one example. The Dodgers had him, lost him in the draft. They didn't protect him.
They protect him at the AA level. Ranch Rickey had moved from Brooklyn to the Pirates, and it was a no-brainer for him. He had a few guys that he acquired after he saw them grow up in the minor leagues with either the Cardinals or the Dodgers. And eventually the Pirates when he went back to St. Louis.
Right. Pitch in the dirt to Luke Allen, ball one. Allen's lined out to right, and he hit the ground ball to short. That was it looked like a double play, but Theodore dropped the ball, and that helped open the door to the 3 runs that scored. So Allen is 0 for 2 with a run scored. The count is 1-0. Mike News pitch. A ground ball to the first base side foul. It is now 1-1. 4-3 Salt Lake in the top of the 6th.
And there have been a few trades that have backfired. Lou Brock is the one that...
Ernie Broglio.
Right.
1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Frank Robinson, another one.
Yeah, we talked about that one yesterday. Yeah. Pitch in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And so much has been made, especially with the Red Sox finally winning last year, breaking the 86-year-long drought, about Babe Ruth being with the Red Sox and being sold to the Yankees. The pitch is a strike, 2-2, so that owner Harry Frazee could pay off No Nanette.
Yeah, the Broadway play.
Yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is a ground ball past New, who tried to get it. The ball trickles out towards second base, picked up by Theodoro, and it's too late. So Allen has an infield hit.
Your actions are to go after the ball. And if the ball gets through there, he's thrown out by the shortstop. That ball's not going through the middle. But one of those things, you're going to try for it if it goes through to you.
Final score, University of New Mexico, the New Mexico Lobos beat the Runnin' Rebels 24-22 at final. So the Lobos had a 17-0 lead, and the Rebels certainly made a game of it. The pitch is ball 1 to Gordon, who was grounded out and sacrificed.
They certainly did. They battled back.
24-22 final from Albuquerque. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Put Allen at first base, and it's high, ball 2.
Gave up 1 touchdown after the end of the first quarter, and they scored 22 points themselves. So they accounted for themselves very well after the rocky start.
Here's the 2-0. And it's a high fly to left. Chen fighting the sun, backing up, reaches, makes the catch on the track, turns and fires it back in. Allen goes back to first base. What they call a high sky today. No clouds to provide any perspective.
That had to be a tough play. And watching Luke Allen, he was just this side of second base. Had he not been able to field ball, he'd have made it to third without any trouble and maybe home, and he doesn't run well.
So Allen's at first base with 1 out. Babgetz is lined out to left, grounded out to short to drive in a run. 0 for 2 with a run batted in. News pitch. High fly ball down the right field on shallow. Ross now pulls up, looking up, and makes the catch for the second out, and Ryan Buddy comes up. Anyway, about Babe Ruth, though. So much has been talked about that, but the first team that had a crack at Ruth was the Cincinnati Reds. They'd heard about him playing the streets of Baltimore as a youngster, and they sent a scout out to check him out.
As what, a pitcher or a hitter? Because he was great doing both.
Oh, yeah. I think it was the Fleischman family that owned the Reds at that time, and they sent a scout out to look at him. The pitch is low, ball 1, and the scout was not that impressed. Turns out that scout was a fellow named Harry Stevens, who went on to found the concessions empire.
He had a great one.
He knew his hot dogs. Didn't know his baseball. The pitch is a high foul off to the right, and it's out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The original Harry Stevens.
Yeah, he had catering service in a lot of the Major League ballparks.
Mm-hmm.
Fenway Park, one of them. Brooklyn, another.
4-3 Salt Lake, top of the 6th, 2 outs, 1 ball and 1 strike, but Allen at first base. And New with a new ball gets set, and the pitch to Buddy. Fastball, there's a strike. It is 1-2. Speaking of great exits, a topic we got into earlier. Ruth. We're talking about Ruth now. Last 3 home runs as a member of the Boston Braves. Hit 3 home runs in one game. The last one went over the roof
in Pittsburgh
at Forbes Field. Yep.
That's right.
High fly to center. And Jackson going back on this ball. It's really carrying, but Jackson goes back, makes the catch on the track. Boy, that ball really took off. But 3 fly balls, 1 to each outfielder following the infield hit by Luke Allen. And Salt Lake is finished in the 6th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Salt Lake leads it 4-3.
Total Document Solutions from one company, Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document solutions, including Kia Ceramita multifunctional network copiers that enable you to copy and print and scan direct to email or fax, all from your PC. Kia Ceramita multifunctional network copiers produce faster, superior quality printing and copying. Kia Ceramita Total Document Solutions help your people share information quicker, easier, and more efficiently. Kia Ceramita Document Solutions provided by Advanced Imaging Solutions. Local professionals who listen to your questions and concerns and respond with document solutions and service solutions that will improve the overall performance of your people and your business. To see the latest multifunctional products from Kia Ceramita, call 951-4AIS today. Kia Ceramita from Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document solutions.
The Morning Extravaganza, weekdays at 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Check out the locals' true favorite, the Silver Nugget Casino in beautiful North Las Vegas. Whether you're looking for hot gaming action, great dining, bowling, or you just want to shoot some pool over an ice cold one, we've got it all. This week in Touchdown Sports Lounge, 30-cent wings and dollar draft. Catch your favorite games on our 10-foot wide screen. We're on Las Vegas Boulevard, just north of Lake Mead. Stop by today and try the locals' true favorite, the Silver Nugget.
Welcome back again, friends. Bottom of the sixth inning, last game of the season. And the Salt Lake Stingers lead 4-3. The new pitcher is the rookie right-hander for the Salt Lake Stingers. His name is Edouard, that's E-D-W-A-R. Ramirez. He's 6'3", 160, 24 years old, and just up from the lower minors. He will now work the sixth inning in relief of starter Jake Woods. Hola, Edouard. Woods goes 5 innings, has a chance to get the win as he leads with a 4-3 lead. He gave up 3 runs, and the runs were all earned on a total of 7 hits. Woods was generally around the plate. He walked 2. He did also hit 2 batters, and he struck out 7 and gave up a home run to Cody Ross. Cody Ross is a double away from the cycle. With a rookie right-hander up, we'll see what he's able to do. And when he gets up, DJ Jackson is at the plate now. He has singled a run, and he has struck out. He's 1 for 2. Fastball, a pop-up on the right side. Second baseman Callaspo should take it. Looks up near the fringe of the outfield grass, makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Jackson 1 for 3. And the batter is Jose Flores, who's grounded out and singled twice. Flores has a chance to hit 340. Right now he's right at 338.
Here's again for the youngster, DJ. He hasn't seen a pitcher before, I doubt. And the pitcher's a rookie. Take a picture, too.
There you go. Flores with Theodoro on deck. 4-3 Salt Lake in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. And a pitch from Ramirez. Fastball up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Got my calculator ready in case Flores gets another bingo here. Danny Cater's not in the ballpark, so I need a calculator. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Flores swings. He hits a liner towards second. A 1-hop, bad hop, but it's taken by Callaspo. He throws out Flores, who is going up the line slowly with a piece of bat in his hand. The bat shattered. The barrel ends up halfway to third base. So there's a kind of an interesting saw-off job by Ramirez right there. 2 outs for Nick Theodoro, who's flied out, struck out, and walked in this game.
He hit that ball on the end of the bat.
So now Theodoro getting a chance to turn around and bat left-handed now against Ramirez. And the pitch is high, ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes to count. Ramirez, talk about the lower minors. How about the Pensacola Pelicans? That's where he comes up from. There's the 1-0 pitch to Theodoro with 2 outs and nobody on. And a good off-speed pitch right there. Swung on this. There's 1 ball to 1 strike.
At an independent league or?
Not sure about that.
Because you have your A club down there in the Florida State League.
Here's the 1-1. Theodoro. And Delwyn Young waits his turn on deck. Now we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Stingers with a 4-3 lead. So Woods leaves. Ramirez has gotten the first 2 out. And Theodoro up with a 2-ball, 1 strike count. The look by Ramirez. And the pitch. A high foul off to the left. Third baseman Patkovich giving chase, but he won't get this one. It's back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Well, the Cardinals just got 3 runs. Albert Pujols, there's a shocker, just hit a home run. His 36th of the year. Cardinals now break the 2-2 tie in St. Louis, and they lead the Cubs 5-2, still batting in the bottom of the 8th against Rafael Novoa. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball to second. To his left is Callaspo. A busy man in this inning. He'll get a put out and 2 assists as he throws out Theodoro. 51s go 1-2-3. And at the end of 6, Salt Lake leads it 4-3.
Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
Okay, let's take it from the top.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Call 383-0383 to place your artisan classified ads, where you can buy and sell most anything through the artisan classified ads. Well, now there's TVs, bicycles, and stereos too. From antiques to divas, the classifieds are here for you. Call 383-0383 to place your artisan classified ads. 383-0383. If you've got a or a book that you want to sell, or your needs repair, you'd like a or a book, or maybe a or you sell a home again. Drop it up the phone and let the artisan work for you. Call 383-0383 to place your artisan classified as 383-0383.
Welcome back. Yes, we're here at Cashman Field, top of the 7th inning, 4-3 Salt Lake over the Las Vegas 51s. As Mike New will try to go through the 7th inning for the second time. He's only had 1 start where he's gone that far. He's only made 8 starts coming into this one. And through 6, he's given up 4 runs, only 1 earned, though, on 7 hits. And he'll face the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Casey Smith, Alberto Callaspo, and Brian Specht. Visiting with Dick Williams, last game of the season here from Cashman Field. And New trying to keep it a 1-run game as he prepares to go to work now. We're talking about the topic today, the ones that got away. We talked about Roberto Clemente and Babe Ruth. How about this one? The Pittsburgh Pirates sent a scout to, I believe it was Idaho. They had heard reports of a young right-handed fireballing pitcher back in the aughts, 1905, right in there, that era. Smith takes a pitch, high ball 1. They heard about this kid who could throw the ball by anybody, sent a scout out there. They were sold on this young man. There's a 1-0 pitch, and it's low 2-0. But they would not give young Walter Johnson a $9 train ticket. $9 train. I know it's 100 years ago. There's a base hit down the left field line by Smith, and Smith is going to turn at first base, and he will stop as Chen makes a good play to get to it, fire it back to second base to Delwyn Young. And Smith is now 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a single down the left field line. The batter's Callaspo is at 3 ground balls to second. They would not give Walter Johnson a $9 train. Now, even, you know, 2257. You can talk all you want about how well it was different then as far as the money was different. It's a lot more money by today's standards. The pitch is a strike to Callaspo, 0-1. But you know, 0-1 to count to Callaspo.
The owner had to be the cheapest guy in baseball.
You got to be kidding. The pitch is fouled away, 0-2. I don't care about inflation, whatever. $9. And so the Washington Senators had a scout in the area, and the rest is history. We'll give you that $9.
That is something.
Throwing an extra $2 for the steak you could have gotten back then. 0-2. Smith off first base and pitch foul back. 0-2 to count. 2 strikes on Alberto Callaspo. Smith at first base, nobody out. in the top of the 7th inning. It's 4-3 in favor of Salt Lake. And the 0-2 stretch by New. The pitch to Callaspo. And he swings and misses it, an off-speed pitch, strike 3. Mike New gets his second strikeout of the day. 1 on, 1 out, and the batter is Brian Specht, who has 3 singles and 3 at-bats. So he now is 7 for 16 in the series. A book about Henry Aaron that came out in the 70s talked about, here's the pitch. Specht takes a strike in the outside corner. And he didn't make too much mention of this in the later articles and books, but back then, here's the 0-1 pitch to Specht. That's in the dirt, blocked by Gutierrez. Gutierrez is doing a nice job back there. 1-1 the count. Supposedly, if there were 2 teams interested in Hank Aaron, who was a young player, and eventually he was in the Negro Leagues and then went on, but the Braves and the Giants were the 2 teams that had the most interest in Henry Aaron. 1-1 pitch. Specht tries to golf and low changeup, and he misses it 1-2. And supposedly, if the Giants had come up with another $50, 5-0, Aaron would have gone with the Giants instead of the Braves. If you just for a moment let the idea rattle around and digest, as New delivers the 1-2 pitch, and it's a foul ball. Back to the backstop, 1-2. The idea of the Giants with Willie Mays, Henry Aaron, and Willie McCovey in that lineup, and then later on Cepeda and Leo Luz.
That would have been pretty awesome.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Brian Specht. Smith at first base, 1 out. New.
Won't like this, but maybe Aaron would have turned into a drunk. From the owner.
Well, maybe he wouldn't like that.
No.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count.
I saw Hank break in. And I was on the Dodgers at the time, and he hit a changeup, and Carl Erskine had a real good curveball, but he had a good straight change too. And we're playing an exhibition game in Miami, and he hit Erskine's changeup over the dead center field wall, double deck wall, for a home run. He's a front foot hitter, as you know. And but he kept the bat back all the time. He was awesome, and he could steal a base too,
and he could field.
Oh yes.
Second walk allowed by News. He walked Specht on a 3-2 pitch that was high, and now with 2 on and 1 out, the batter's Brandon Wood, who has singled twice and flied out. 4-3 Salt Lake, top of the 7th inning with 1 out. And News pitch, breaking ball, strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Talked about trades before. He mentioned Lou Brock for Ernie Broglio. But Nolan Ryan for Jim Fregosi. About that one.
Well, at that time, though,
there's a grumble to first. We're going to finish this discussion later. Myro lifts it in the air to New, and that is a 3-1 put out, and that'll be 2 outs. All right, we'll continue it now with 2 outs and Nick Gorneau coming up.
He wasn't a regular. They had 5 starters in front of him. And he was, at that time, he was expendable. He could still bring it, no question, but he was wild also. And Fregosi was near the end of his career. And he was one of Autry's favorites, Jim Fregosi. And eventually he went back there and managed the club. But they got themselves a tremendous arm. It could prove, for many, many years if they'd have decided to keep him that long. But he was a backup pitcher at that time, and they didn't use. He was a spot starter at best, and they didn't. He didn't come out of the bullpen in games that were close because it was wildness.
1-1 the count to Gorneau.
But it was a great trade for the Angels. There's no question about it.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith at third. Specht at second base with 2 outs. New gets set. 1-2 pitch. And it's a third strike. Carlos right there. He's got a total of 3 strikeouts. No.
I'm part of a family. We keep the lights on in the schools, in the neighborhoods,
and in businesses all across Nevada.
We're on call no matter what kind of emergency.
It could be a call in the middle of the night to one home in the middle of the desert.
Sometimes it's just teaching people about safety.
It's a great feeling knowing the work you do matters.
We keep things running.
Just like you, I'm a customer. My name is Lloyd Bird. My name is Bill McKendry. I'm Eric Sedgwick.
I'm Dwayne Hofster.
My name is Bill King, and I'm one of the 850 members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. We're the people behind Nevada Power, and we're customers too.
Advertisement not paid by customers of Nevada Power.
It's Papa Joe. Join me weekdays at 4 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
American Family followed us everywhere.
Wherever they moved, Brad and Kim Tyler liked the security of having American Family Auto Insurance.
All I had to do was call my agent, and immediately they follow up on it.
They're very responsive.
They take care of us.
Call today for a free, no-obligation auto quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today. Or visit us at amfam.com.
Come correct, clones, or you'll miss this.
Robert Plant joining us on the program. He has a new album. It is called Mighty Rearranger. Robert, I enjoyed that immensely. That was certainly worth the wait. Thank you very much for making time.
Hey, well, look, I know that it's probably not going to happen, but you're more than welcome to come along and see what we do. It's great fun, and I can tell you some great stories off microphone, which will really make you laugh.
I would love to have those, and I will look forward to hearing those stories. Robert, I will take you up on that.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 9 a.m., only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Welcome back again, friends, to Cashman Field, bottom of the 7th inning. A little technical trouble there. We apologize for that. Hopefully it's the last time this year that'll happen. And Delwyn Young led off by grounding out to first base, so it appears to be very unlikely that Delwyn Young will extend his 17-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 4. One out of the batter, Cody Ross. Now, Ross has a chance hit for the cycle if he hits a double. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is outside, ball 1. Ross has homered, tripled, and singled. And facing this young man, Edouard Ramirez from the Pensacola Pelicans. Independent ball from the Central League. The 1-0 pitch. And Ross swings and lifts it high in the air, foul left side. And that is going to be way back out of play. 1 ball to 1 strike. The Central League. I'm looking at the Pensacola Pelicans logo here. You get a pelican here with a beak that's bigger than the bat that it's holding. I'm telling you.
A lot of pelicans in Pensacola.
There you go.
There used to be.
1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Ramirez, check signs. Ross waits. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And it's a called strike near the inside corner. Ross thought it was inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That Central League is based in Durham, North Carolina. You have the Coastal Bend Aviators, the Edinburgh Roadrunners, the El Paso Diablos, Fort Worth Cats, Jackson Senators, and the Shreveport Sports. Ross chases one in the dirt, and he is gone on strikes. So, 2 outs. Ramirez keeping the 51s off balance with an off-speed stop, and the batter's Chen, who is 1 for 3.
I know a few of the clubs, a couple of the clubs in that league, and they're spread out if you have El Paso and you have Durham.
Oh, yeah.
But Fort Worth, that was my AA club in the Texas League. And Shreveport Sports was in that same league in the Texas League.
The pitch is a strike, 0-1. Chen a double and 2 strikeouts and a run scored. The San Angelo Colts are in that league.
There has to be a 12-team league or something.
Yeah, they're really spread out. Here's the pitch. Chen fouls it back, and the count is 0-2. It is 4-3 Salt Lake in the bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs and nobody on. In the Frontier League, which is also independent ball, you have a team in Ohio called the Chillicothe Paints. And it goes on from there, 0-2 to count. Now the 0-2 pitch. Ramirez delivers. Chen takes it up and in, and he bails out of the box with a 1-ball, 2-strike count now. Ramirez has retired all 5 of the men he's faced, and nobody's hit the ball in the infield yet.
Not a bad pitch, 0-2.
1-2.
Working back, and here comes the breaking ball away.
The things you learned on that Central League, I'm telling you. 1-2 pitch. Chen fouls it back out of play. 1-2.
Gave him a fastball. I was surprised.
Well, the Cardinals got another home run in that 8th inning by Jim Edmonds, his 25th. And now Jason Isringhausen's trying to close down the Cubs. 6-2 Cardinals in the 9th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chen misses that changeup. Strike 3. Wow, what a good pitch that was. Chen strikes out for the 3rd straight time. And the 51s go very quickly, very quietly in the 7th inning. We go to the 8th inning. The score, it is Salt Lake 4 and the 51s 3.
In a bleak future, controlled by a massive corporation, one man will rise. One man who's willing to rock. We Will Rock You, the London smash hit musical from Queen and Ben Elton. Join our hero and his band of bohemians on their wild journey to save rock and roll. We Will Rock You, now at Paris, Las Vegas. Tickets start at $45. Call 877-ROCK-SHOW, Ticketmaster, or visit ParisLasVegas.com.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Have you ever seen the world from behind the wheel of an RV? Have you ever roasted marshmallows over an open fire and told spooky tales? Have you ever just wanted to grab the kids and go with ease? Well, now's your chance. Come down to DKRV today and check out our large selection of motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers. New, pre-owned, gas or diesel, we have it all. DKRV, 3675 Boulder Highway, just south of Sahara, 436 DKRV.
Check out the locals' true favorite, the Silver Nugget Casino in beautiful North Las Vegas. Whether you're looking for hot gaming action, great dining, bowling, or you just want to shoot some pool over an ice cold one, we've got it all. This week in Touchdown Sports Lounge, 30-10 wings and solid drafts. Catch your favorite games on our 10-foot wide screen. We're on Las Vegas Boulevard, just north of Lake Mead. Stop by today and try the locals' true favorite, the Silver Nugget.
Welcome back again, my friends, to Caspin Field. Last game of the season, bottom of the 7th inning. And now the top half of the 8th inning. 51s went out in order in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mike New pitching in the 8th to Luke Allen, who takes outside ball 1. So Mike New breaking into new territory as far as his being a starter is concerned. He's never gone past 7, and now he's pitching the 8th. Allen is 1 for 3 to pitch, and it's up and in ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Luke. 2-0. Now. And the 2-0 pitch. A high fly ball to center. Jackson and Ross. It is going to be Jackson to make the catch in right center field. 1 out for Brian Gordon, who is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice and a run scored.
Number 18, Brian Gordon.
Here's Gordon. Gordon fly out to the warning track and left. His last time up, that was in the 6th inning. And he hits a fly ball again to deep left. Chen goes back on this ball. Chen is at the track, and he jumps up at the wall, and it's off his mitt. And it's picked up by Jackson, who fires it back in. And Gordon pulls in at second base with a double. Chen nearly made a fine catch jumping up at the fence. It looked like the ball hit his mitt, and then as his mitt hit the fence, it came out. And Gordon has himself a double. So Salt Lake has an insurance run at second base now with 1 out, and here's Adam Pavkovic. 0 for 3 with a run-scoring ground out. There's a base hit to center field. In to pick it up is Jackson, and going to third base and stopping there is Gordon as the throw comes back in, taken by Myro at the mound. Runners at the corners now with 1 out. Pavkovic has his first base hit. And the batter will be Ryan Buddy, the catcher, who has a home run and 3 at-bats. It's 10 hits for the Stingers. And they lead in the game by a score of 4-3 now. Okay, here's Buddy. A home run, a ground ball to third, a fly ball to center. Runners at the corners and one out. Here's a stretch by Mike New on the pitch. And the breaking ball's up and in, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
It looks like at this time they're going to go with New all the way.
So Gordon at third, Pavkovich at first base. And the pitch, breaking ball low, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Two-no. Gordon stands off third. Pavkovich off first. The pitch. Fastball inside. It's 3-0 on Buddy with Casey Smith on deck. We were talking before about the ones who got away and some of the lopsided trades that have gone on. And that's one of those things you can go on and on. But as far as we're talking about Ruth and position changes, and there have been other players who have made that change. The pitch is a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. Mark McGuire, of course, pitched in high school.
Not professionally, though.
No, it was in, and also as a freshman at USC.
Hall of Famer Bob Lemon was the third baseman.
There you go. 3 balls and a strike to count. The pitch to Buddy. He swings and doesn't get that one. It is a 3-2 count now. Dave Kingman also pitched at USC before being converted. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And one of the greatest conversions of all, Sam Musial.
Yeah, he did it professionally.
3-2 pitch. That's in there. Strike 3 call. Buddy thought he had a walk. He says something to A.J. Wendell and walks away.
That's a big strikeout there.
And for New, his 4th 2 outs. And the batter Smith, who has struck out, grounded out and singled. He's 1 for 3. Ken Boyer, another one. Was a pitcher at one time.
Well, he had, there were, 4 brothers?
Yeah.
Cleet, Claude, Ken, and one other. Oh, look at this.
And almost got back here. Not quite. Oh, we almost had our first one of the year in game 72.
Well, he just struck out the 8th place hitter and then make the wild pitch.
The pitch got away, and the ball bounced over the netting, and Gordon comes in to score to make it 5-3 Salt Lake on a wild pitch by Mike New with Casey Smith up there. So on the plate, Pavkovich goes down to second base. And he count 1-0 on Smith. Yeah, the Boyers. Ken, Cleet, Claude. Here's a 1-0 to Smith from Mike New. On the way. Fastball line into center. That's a base hit. Pavkovich around third. He's being waved in by Eagle. Here comes the throw by Jackson. It's up the third baseline, and he scores. Down to second base goes Smith. And it's now 6-3 Salt Lake in the top of the 8th inning and an RBI single by Casey Smith.
His throw was just up the line a little bit. He had a little zippo on that. He doesn't throw bad at all.
And so Smith singles in a run, goes to second on Jackson's throw home, which, as Dick said, was just a little bit up the line. So 2 runs in, and the batter's Alberto Callaspo, who was grounded out to second 3 times and struck out. Ken, Cleet, Claude, Clyde. Callaspo takes high ball 1. Zeppo?
There was one that didn't reach the major league, but the other 3 did.
1 ball to no strikes to count. The pitch is up and in, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Bill Terry, George Sisler, some guys going way back also made those conversions. Johnny Bench, he had a 16-0 record as a high school pitcher in his days in Oklahoma. 2-0 pitch, Callaspo swings and misses, and the count is 2-1.
Olerud was a pretty good pitcher, too, at Washington State.
2 balls and 1 strike to count. Smith off second base. New check signs with Gutierrez. 6-3 Salt Lake now, and there's now action in the 51's pen for the first time today. The strike makes it 2-2, a call strike on a fastball. Getting up down there is Alfredo Gonzalez. A righty has been thrown in the Salt Lake pen for a while. And New checks Gutierrez. Smith off second base. And the pitch is in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes. '51's bullpen has had a ton of work. Cloyd Boyer. That's right. It just came to me. Cloyd Boyer. There's a ball hit in the right center for a base hit. Around third is Smith, and he'll score on a base hit by Cayaspo. It's now 7-3 Salt Lake. Well, the Boyer mystery's been solved here. That base hit by Cayaspo is the 12th Salt Lake hit. So Mike New came within an out of getting out of the 8th inning without any run scoring. The 51's down by a run. But a wild pitch got a run in. And back-to-back base hits by Casey Smith and Alberto Cayaspo. 2 more runs in. It is 7-3 Salt Lake. And the batter Specht, who has 3 singles and a walk. And he takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes now. Specht waits. Cayaspo off first and the pitch. Fastball is a low ball, 2. 2 balls and no strikes. New collects a sign from Gutierrez. And here's the pitch. And he swings and hits it on the left field side in the air, foul. That'll be back out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. General Motors trivia question. Last one of the year. When we give you one of the 3 players to have collected 4 hits in an All-Star game. 3 guys did it. When we give you one of them, 2-1, Specht takes high 3-1. It was Joe Medwick, going way, way back. The other 2 are in the Hall of Fame, and a lot more recent. 4 hits in an All-Star game. Here's the 3-1 pitch, first of all, from New. Specht hits a bomb to right center. That ball's way out of here, way out over the Anderson-Dairy side, off of it, off the side, for a 2-run home run by Brian Specht. And it is now 9-3 as Salt Lake has broken it wide open at the top of the 8th inning. And Brian Specht is 4 for 4. That's his 3rd home run of this series. And it's his 8th of the year. He came into the series with 5 home runs. He's got 8 now. Remember, Jeff Mathis, the catcher, the All-Star catcher, has 21. He's hit a bunch in the series. Here comes Jerry Royster. Mike New has given the 51s all he can, and he's going to leave now in the 8th inning. We got a pitching change sponsored by Red Rock Mechanical. And for all your heating and air conditioning needs, give Red Rock Mechanical a call at 853-7135. New walks off, and Alfredo Gonzalez will come in. It's 9-3 Salt Lake in the 8th inning.
Getting tired of the same old kind of sports bar with the same old food, tired atmosphere, and lackluster service?
Hey, you'll get your beer. Just wait in line.
Well, if you're into the sports bar scene but are ready for a refreshing change from the same old, then the place for you is Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay. What makes Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay different? For starters, they feature a full Italian menu at reasonable prices with outstanding authentic Italian entrees and daily specials like penne scallops on Mondays and delicious stuffed salmon on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, you can enjoy a fabulous 14-ounce ribeye grilled to your liking. And on Fridays, Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay proudly serves a wonderful osso buco. Now, how many sports bars can do that? So the next time you want to kick back and enjoy the game with great food, head over to either one of Carmine's 2 locations. On the west side at 2940 South Durango off of Edna, and in Henderson on Mark Street near Warm Springs. Carmine's Little Italy Instant Replay, the sports bar with a touch of class.
Hey, it's Steve from the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
It's really personalized service, and we like that.
The Barnes family has their home insured with American Family.
I really enjoy our agent. He was able to bring different options to us and actually address our needs.
It puts in terms we can understand. Call today for a free, no-obligation homeowner's quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Welcome back again, friends. Top of the 8th inning. It was a 4-3 Salt Lake lead when the inning began, but they've now scored 5 runs to chase Mike New after 7 2/3 innings. He gives up 13 hits, and to this point, 9 runs, and 9 runs is the official total. 6 of the runs earned, and he gives way now to Alfredo Gonzalez. So, top of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Nobody on. Gonzalez will face Brandon Wood, and the pitch is a changeup, low ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. So Alfredo Gonzalez, who comes in with a 2-2 record and ERA of 5. It's his 46th appearance. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and misses 1-1 on Wood, who is singled, flied out, singled, and grounded out. And the count to him is 1 ball and 1 strike. Alfredo Gonzalez rocks and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Changeup lifted down the right field line, being chased by Myro and Ross. And Ross goes into a slide and can't quite get it. Ball picked up by Young. In the second base is Brandon Wood. Ross nearly made a fine play, sliding into shallow right toward the line. And not quite able to get it. Would have been a great catch. Third hit for Wood. And that brings up Nick Gorneau, who's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. And Gonzalez checks Gutierrez now for a sign. He's blowing out toward left as Gonzalez picks up the sign, looks back now at Wood, and delivers to Gorneau. And it's a ground ball wide at third base. Nakamura picks it up, fires on the first base, and the throw is going to pull Myro off the bag toward the home plate side of the base. And so now Wood is at third base, Gorneau is at first base, and we'll see about that one. They're going to give Gorneau an infield hit. And Luke Allen, who opened up the inning with a fly ball to center, is the hitter now. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs. And here's Allen, who has 1 hit on the day. An infield hit that dribbled past New in the 6th inning. So it is 9-3 Salt Lake with 5 runs in here in the top of the 8th inning. And the pitch coming up to Luke Allen. And the breaking ball missed for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 5th inning, Texas 2, Minnesota nothing. And Toronto has beaten Baltimore 6-2. That's the final now. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Fastball. That's foul back in the ground. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Carew, could that be one of them?
No, that's a good guess. I think he's the only guy that hit 2 triples in an All-Star game, Rod Carew. But working on the guy, 2 guys other than Ducky Medwick to get 4 hits in an All-Star game. Allen has a slow bouncer back toward Gonzalez, who picks it up, throws to first base, and gets him, and the inning is over. But 10 men bat for Salt Lake in the 8th inning. 5 of them score on a total of 7 hits. And 2 men left, no errors. At the end of 7.5 to score, Salt Lake 9 and the 51-3.
Check out the locals' true favorite, the Silver Nugget Casino in beautiful North Las Vegas. Whether you're looking for hot gaming action, great dining, bowling, or you just want to shoot some pool over an ice cold one, we've got it all. This week in Touchdown Sports Lounge, 30-cent wings and solid drafts. Catch your favorite games on our 10-foot wide screen. We're on Las Vegas Boulevard, just north of Lake Mead. Stop by today and try the locals' true favorite, the Silver Nugget.
JT the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460. Welcome back again, friends, to Caspen Field. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, a 9-3 lead for Salt Lake. And if Harry Carey were here, he'd say, "Hey, what's going on here?" 9-3. 15 hits for Salt Lake, only 7 for the 51s, but it's the last game of the season. And one of the interesting things about this game, the youngster Edouard Ramirez, up from independent ball for Salt Lake, 2 perfect innings, striking out 2 of the 6 men he faced. And the new pitcher for Salt Lake is Chris Hunter, a young man from Provo, Utah, who will try to close it out. He's 1-2 for Salt Lake with a 5.54 ERA. It's his 8th game. He's made 4 starts. This is his 4th relief appearance. Nakamura takes a pitch up and away, ball 1.
1 ball and no strikes. Nakamura's grounded to third, struck out and walked, and he fouls one back, and the count is a ball and a strike now on Norihiro Nakamura. And we're going to give you the answer to the General Motors trivia question. The three guys had 4 hits in an All-Star game. Ducky Medwick, one of them. The other 2 were American League guys. In fact, they both played. Oh, here's a big one. They both played for the Red Sox. Dick's going to get it now.
Yastrzemski beat one of them?
Yastrzemski in 1970.
That'll be Ted Williams?
Yeah. See that? Here's a 2-1 pitch to Nakamura. And that one's way up and in near the shoulder. And it goes to the backstop. And Nakamura steps out of the box to try to compose himself now.
That's a slider or a breaking ball that slipped out of his hand.
So it is 3-1 now. Chris Hunter, 6'4", 205, 24 years old. And he delivers a 3-1 pitch. Nakamura checks his swing, and the pitch is off the glove of Buddy to the backstop. That's ball 4. A leadoff walk will bring up Brian Myro now.
Number 37, the first baseman, Brian Myro.
So Nakamura draws a walk, and here's Myro, who's been hit by a pitch and scored, grounded out to first, fly out to center. 9-3 Salt Lake. And we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hunter gets set. And his pitch. Fastball. Myro grounds one foul outside first, strike 1. 0-1 the count.
National League goes all the way back to Ducky Medwick.
Yeah, for 4 hits in a game for an All-Star guy.
Well, they usually don't play too long now.
Right. Myro fouls it back, and the count is 0-2. And you managed how many All-Star games? 68, right?
68,
73 and 4.
73, 74, and 85.
Right.
I coached in 3 others. With Earl Weaver in Atlanta was one of them.
1-2 to count to Myro. Hunter gets set. Here's his pitch. And it's a line drive base hit to left field. Gorneau's on it and plays it back in. Nakamura goes to second and stops there. So Myro gets his base hit to left field. And the batter will be Gabriel Gutierrez, who is 0 for 2 and has been hit by a pitch.
After the strike ended, we opened up with the All-Star game in Cleveland. And then I had a couple of others with Montreal. Yeah, both of them with Montreal.
There you go. Now Rotson Heel will come up and pinch hit for Gabriel Gutierrez. One young catcher hitting for the other. Heel batting from the left side, takes a pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
Managed 4 and coached 3. Was a coach on 3.
Now the 1-0 with 2 on, nobody out. Hill hits a fly ball to shallow left. Gorneau comes in hard, comes in. The ball falls in for a base hit. Throw goes to third base. Too late as Nakamura slides into third ahead of Gorneau's throw. He tried to force out Nakamura at third base. The throw to Papkovich was a little late. So a flare by Rotson Heel, who is hitting 308 before that base hit. And now Nakamura goes to third base. Myro goes to second. And here's D.J. Jackson with the bases loaded and nobody out against Chris Hunter. 9 hits for Las Vegas. Jackson has an RBI single in 3 at-bats. He's also struck out and popped up. And the pitch. Breaking ball in low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So bases filled, nobody out. And with Jackson up, Jose Flores waits on deck. 1 ball and no strikes. The look now, and the pitch. Bouncer towards short to his left is Wood. He handles, flicks to second for 1. Throw back to first base, not in time to get Jackson. Nakamura scores. Myro goes to third. It's now 9-4 Salt Lake on an RBI fielder's choice by D.J. Jackson. It goes 6-4. Nakamura crosses the plate. And now runners are at the corners. Heel is off the bases. And here's Flores, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. Likely to be his last at bat of the year. And And Flores finishing with a fine series. He is 7 for 11 in this series as he steps up now. 9-4 Salt Lake in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
You know, Young will get one more shot at it, too.
Yeah, looks like he will. There's the pitch. And there's the strike. 0-1 to Flores. So a run in, 2 on, 1 out in the home half of the 8th. At a 9-4 lead for Salt Lake. Hunter squints in at Buddy, and the rider wearing number 49 gets that. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, a little low and in, perhaps. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cardinals have beaten the Cubs 6-4. That's a final now. And Seattle and Oakland, they got quite a pitcher's duel going on there between Joe Blanton and Felix Hernandez. No score into the 6th. Here's the 1-1 to Jose Flores from Hunter. He reaches out and pokes it in the air, foul to the right, back out of play. It is now 1-2. 6th inning, Texas 2, Minnesota nothing. And the later National League games, Astros, Phillies, Milwaukee and the Reds, Dodgers and the Giants. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Flores. Hunter looks in, still checking signs. Now he finally has one that is to his liking. No, the 1-2 pitch to Flores. Fastball's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Myro stands off third base. Jackson off first. And the outfield playing Flores shallow and way around to the right. Center fielder Gordon into right center and shallow indeed. The 2-2 pitch from Chris Hunter. Here it is. Soft liner back to Hunter, throws to first base and throws it away. The ball goes into the 51's bullpen. Myro scores. Around second is Jackson. He's going to third base and he'll make it as the ball is finally picked up and brought back into the infield. It's now 9-5 Salt Lake. And the batter's going to be Nick Theodoro. Line drive back to Hunter. A turn and throw to first base. And the throw bounced away from Casey Smith. Myro scores on the error by Hunter. And Jackson pedals all the way to third base on the E1. 2 outs. And here's Theodoro, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. So now it's 9-5 in favor of Salt Lake. 2 runs are in. And here's Theodoro, who grounded out to second his last time up. The look now, and Hunter's pitch. That's a called strike to the outside corner, 0-1. Jackson stands at third base with 2 down, 0-1 the count, Hunter with the sign. And the strike 1 to Nick Theodoro. And fastball's high, ball 1. Throw back to third base, and safe at third base is Jackson. Buddy made a fire to throw down there to Paskovich, trying to get DJ Jackson. And safe at third base was Jackson. Paskovich thought he had him, and he was a little upset with Cameron Keller. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Shouldn't have even been that close. He's got no place to go there. You're down 4 runs.
Now the 1-1 stretch by Hunter. And the pitch. Chopper in front of the plate. And the catcher, Buddy, picks it up, throws to first to get Theodoro. It's a 2-3 put out, and the inning is over. In the 8th inning, the 51 scratched for 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 error, and a man left, and we head to the 9th inning to score Salt Lake 9, 51's 5.
Yeah, this is Willie's American Saloon down on the corner of Sahara and Paradise. We got all sorts of hamburgers, hot dogs, we got all sorts of fun stuff. We got the package going for baseball, and of course we're big supporters of the 51. So come on down to Willie's American Saloon on the corner of Sahara and Paradise. Yeah, down here at Willie's American Saloon, everybody feels welcome and home. We got home-style cooking, fresh soup and quiche of the day, and salad. Great food here at Willie's American Saloon on the corner of Sahara and Paradise, where everybody's always welcome, and the 51's home team.
The Vegas Sports Wire, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
The Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf are proud sponsors of the Las Vegas 51s baseball. The Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf are the originators of the original ice blended drinks, and they've got some great new flavors for these hot summer months. Along with original flavors like Mocha Ice Blended or the Sunrise Ice Blended, they're now featuring the Banana Caramel Ice Blended, the Belgian Waffle Ice Blended, and the Strawberry Cream Tea Latte Ice Blended. Now, if tea is your thing, you should definitely come check out the large selection of teas. They've got some great new iced tea flavors like Sulawesi, Fruit Paradise, and Lavender Mint. The Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf also has the best coffee and espresso drinks in town, as well as a fantastic selection of fresh baked goods. They are kosher. In just 3 years in the Las Vegas Valley, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf have received several awards, including Best Coffee by Las Vegas Review-Journal, Las Vegas Weekly, and the Rebel Yell newspapers. There are also 12 locations throughout the valley, and more coming soon.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field, top of the ninth inning. Salt Lake leading by a score of 9-5, along with Dick Williams. Russ Langer with you. And Alfredo Gonzalez will face Brian Gordon, then Adam Papkovich, and then Ryan Buddy against Alfredo Gonzalez, who relieved Mike New in the eighth inning and worked through the rest of the inning. New 7 2/3, his longest start. And Gonzalez going to pitch the top of the ninth with Salt Lake leading by a score of 9-5. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike at the knees. 0-1 is the count. Gordon in this game has a double in 4 at-bats. He's also scored twice. And here comes the 0-1. That's outside ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one now. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch rolled towards second. Young is on this one. Picks it up and throws on to first base. And Myra had to stretch to his left, but he kept his right foot on the bag. So the out recorded there. One gone, and the batter is Adam Papkovich. So Papkovich comes up now. Texas leads Minnesota in the 7th inning now, 2-0. Behind Cameron Lowe, facing Carlos Silva in that ball game. Here's the pitch. And the fastball's low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Papkovich with Ryan Buddy on deck. In the 51st ninth inning, they will have Delwyn Young, who will have another chance to extend his hitting streak to 18 games. He's 0 for 4 so far. Cody Ross and then Shin Feng Chen. And the pitch misses 2-0. And Ross will have a chance, if he hits a double, hit for the cycle. 2 balls and no strikes on Papkovich. And the pitch from Gonzalez. There's a strike. It's now 2-1.
And Shen might go after the golden sombrero.
Yeah, he's got a chance for that. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Chen doubled in his first at bat, but he has struck out 3 times since. There's a check swing foul behind the plate to the backstop, and the count is now 0-2. $22.57 paid. So 51s now finished the season. Here's the pitch. And the pitch just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Just under $335,000 for the year. In terms of attendance for the season, which is an increase over last year. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Papkovich. And it's a high fly down the left field line going foul. And Chen in pursuit, but that ball is back beyond the retaining fence. And in the corner it goes. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Papkovich. With Ryan Buddy on deck. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 9th inning. So Papkovich, who did not have an official at-bat in the series prior to today, is in the box again. 3-2 change-up is low, ball 4. Close pitch. And that brings up Ryan Buddy. The total official total, 334,485. An average of 46.46. And it's the most since the 1999 season. So now, with 1 on and 1 out, here's Buddy, who has a home run in 4 at-bats. So, 51's organization certainly appreciates all the support throughout the season on the fans. Here's the pitch. Fastball's a strike to Buddy, 0-1. What's your favorite ballpark, Dick, as either a player or a manager?
No, Fenway has to be one of them. Yankee Stadium's another. Ebbets Field was great. Mm-hmm. The old parks. Wrigley Field, naturally.
Here's the 0-1. Buddy swings and misses 0-2. Was Ebbets a little like Fenway in terms of intimacy and fans being fan support? No.
Yeah, they're right on the scene there. With the symphony.
The Dodgers Symphony.
And Hilda
with a cowbell.
That's right.
0-2 to count. And Gonzalez gets set. The 0-2 pitch to Buddy on the way. Fastball's outside. Throw to first by Gutierrez. And back in there is Papkovich. Vin Scully tells the story of being at Ebbets Field as a young broadcaster in his 20s, breaking in the mid-50s. And, of course, the way the ballpark was structured, it was so small that fans could walk down below and look up and say things up toward the press box at the press. There's the 1-2 pitch to Gonzalez. And the breaking ball foul back. It's still 1-2.
They had
Go ahead.
Oh, yes. They had an announcing booth slung under the upper deck down third base. And they had a Dodger network at that time, and Johnny Most used to do the play-by-play. And I separated my shoulder in 52, and I'm on a disabled list the rest of the year. I had surgery on it, and I'm sitting up with John. And he'd let me do what we're doing here now, except I knew the signs. And I'd have little things to bunt, at home. And we had a heck of a time. John and I became real good friends, and then when I went up to Boston, he had the
breaking ball. It's a broken back ground ball to third. Nakamura goes to Young for one on the first double play. 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. Then the shattered bat does the trick for the 51s. No runs, hits, errors, no one left. We head to the bottom of the ninth inning, 9-5 Salt Lake.
If music was black and white, what would it sound like? But add a little color to it and... you can hear and see the difference. Now let's apply this to, say, advertising. Classified advertising. What does your ad sound like? This? Or this? See, adding a little color can make your R.J. Sun classified ad really sing out. For just a little more, we'll add some real color to your ad. You will see and hear the difference. Call 383-0383. Expect more, get more out of your classified ad.
Call 383-0383. Special R.J. Sun classified ad. 383-0383.
Hey, this is the Sports Take from the Wise Guys. Catch us every weekday noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
We have automobile insurance with American Family.
Our home is insured with American Family Insurance.
People like American Family Insurance for all kinds of reasons, including discounts on auto and homeowners insurance.
I've had my auto insurance with American Family for 19 years.
I recommend them any day.
Call today and find out how much you could save with American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today or visit us at amfam.com.
Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field, bottom of the ninth inning, 9-5 Salt Lake, last game of the season. 51s need 4 to tie and 5 to win. And Dick Williams, Mike's side, Delwin Young will be up in a moment to try to get a hit to extend his hitting streak to 18 to finish the season. Cody Ross will then after that. Ross will be seeing if he can hit a double. He'll finish with a cycle. He has a single, triple, and a home run in the game. And then Chin Feng Chen will be trying for, as Dick called it, the golden sombrero. They'll be trying to avoid the golden sombrero. Naturally. So, just discussing the situation at Fenway Park, and Vin Scully tells the story of how he was doing the broadcast, and then before one of the games, just before he went on for the pregame show, there's a pitch to Young. Pitches outside, ball one. Helda came walking down in the little walkway area below the press box and looked up and said in a voice loud enough for all the folks around to hear. Pitch is high to Young. Vin Scully, I love you. And when Scully heard that, he got embarrassed and started to slink down in his chair so that she couldn't see him, just at the top of his head, and he was slinking down. The pitch is strike to Young, 2-1. And when he went slinking down like that, she said, "Don't you hide from me when I'm trying to talk to you."
You could hear her all over.
And Young takes outside. 3 balls and a strike to Delwin Young.
In this game, Delwin, no matter where this pitch is, swing at her.
And we'll see if he does. Hunter with a sign from Buddy. The 3-1 pitch is on its way, and he took it for a strike. It is 3-2. So it's a full count to Young. 3 balls and 2 strikes, tied with Willie Ibar for the longest hitting streak coming into this game this season for the 51s, and he swings late at a fastball and misses and strikes out. So Young 0 for 5. And with 1 out, here is Cody Ross, who has homered, tripled, singled, and struck out. He needs a double for the cycle. Ross 3 for 4. And Chin Feng Chen getting set to come up. 1 out, nobody on. In the bottom of the 9th inning, 9-5 Salt Lake in the pitch. And the pitch is high, ball 1. Hunter rubs the ball up. Chris Hunter worked the 8th inning and allowed 2 runs. And he allowed 2 hits. Walked 1. So that strikeout of Young was his first strikeout. Here's the 1-0 to Ross. And it's fastball, high ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Post-game show will run over all the scores in the big leagues. We'll check the what's happening in the PCL. All the races are now decided. Here's the 2-0 wind by Chris Hunter and the pitch. And he hits a drive to deep left field. Going back is Gorneau, and it's high off the wall. Ross going to second base. Here he comes. He's going to be in with a double, and Cody Ross has hit for the cycle on the last day of the season. Oh, baby. 1998, the last time it happened for a Las Vegas player. All right, that's good. And the fans who hung around to the end, something to cheer for now. As Cody Ross, he just missed his second home run of the game. A line drive high off the left field wall. Here is Chen. He takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Ross was on a home run binge for a while. He hit home runs in 4 straight games in Portland. Here's the 0-1 to Chen, and he takes it low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Chen trying to snap a streak of a different type. He doubled and scored, and since then he has struck out 3 straight times. Ross at second base. That means that 51s now have 10 hits. And Hunter's 1-1 pitch to Chen. Here it is. Breaking ball hit high near foul to the right, slicing back out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chin Feng Chen. So Chen up with Nakamura awaiting on deck. And we're in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 out. Salt Lake leading it 9-5. Hunter trying to finish things up. Ross off second base. The look and the 1-2 to Chen. As a slow ground ball to short, Wood picks it up and throws on to first base, gets Chen for the second out. Ross takes third base, and now it's up to Norihiro Nakamura. Nakamura, in this game, has grounded out to third, struck out, walked, and then he walked leading the inning off, the 8th inning off against Hunter, and eventually scored. So with 2 outs and Ross at third, here's Nakamura. And if Nakamura extends things, and Myra will be next. Hunter straightens up and delivers. And a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Now down in the Salt Lake pen, just in case, the closer, number 12, Joel Peralta. 0-1 the count. Nakamura waiting. And the 0-1 pitch is coming. Breaking ball inside, spins him out of the box. 1 ball and 1 strike. Salt Lake 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. When they got 3 runs without a base hit, and nothing was hit out of the infield. 5 in the 8th. That was a big inning. 51's 3 in the 2nd and 2 in the 8th. 1-1. Nakamura takes an off-speed pitch just under the knees. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two and 1. Hunter checks sides with Ryan Buddy. And the 2-1 pitch. And Nakamura swings and misses at that one. It is 2-2. Fastball got by him. 87 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And so Hunter now a strike away. Off the bag at third is Cody Ross. Hunter looks in as the sign he wants from Buddy. And the 2-2 pitch to Nakamura. Breaking a line to right. That's a base hit. In to score is Ross. Allen picks it up and gets it back in. It's now 9-6 Salt Lake, and Nakamura gets an opposite field RBI single, and that's his 67th RBI of the year. Here now is Brian Myro, who has been hit by a pitch and scored, grounded out, flied out, and single to left off this pitcher, Hunter, in the 8th inning, and eventually scored. So Myro now is walking back toward the on-deck area and back toward the dugout. And looks like Mike Cabrera is going to come up and hit for him. Mike Cabrera, one of the young players called up in the low minors. 6'1", 204, 24 years old. He's going to come up now. Cabrera has played in just 2 games. He's 1 for 7 with 1 strikeout, hitting 143. So Myro will end the day 1 for 3 with a single and 2 runs scored. And now Cabrera will bat for him. And the pitch. Fastball is outside, ball 1, 1-0. Nakamura at first base, 2 gone. Then the bottom of the 9th inning. 51's down to the final out of the game and of the year. Watson Heel finishing up behind the plate for Gutierrez is on deck. The 1-0. Cabrera takes a strike on the outside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cabrera wearing number 28 waiting. Nakamura off first base with 2 gone. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, he reaches out and fouls it back out of play. It's now ball and 2 strikes. Cabrera did not play in yesterday's game. Up there with a 1-2 count. He played the day before playing third base and was 1 for 2 with a single before leaving the game. 1-2. Hunter set. Nakamura off first. 1-2 pitch. And that's in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9-6 Salt Lake on the last day of the season. Labor Day at Cashman Field. 2-2. Center fielder Gordon playing shallow and shifting a little toward left center field. And now Hunter straightens up the 2-2 stretch and the pitch to Cabrera. Fastball line to left. That's a base hit. Nakamura goes to second base and stops there as Gorneau gets it back in. And don't go wandering off because Watson Hill, representing the tying run, is coming up to the plate now. Well, the young man hung in there. Line drive base hit. That's 3 Vegas hits in the inning. And here comes manager Dino Ebo. He is not going to let Chris Hunter stay in the game. He's going to let Joel Peralta try to finish it up. Pitching change sponsored by Red Rock Mechanical. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call Red Rock Mechanical at 853-7135. Back with more right after this.
Hey, welcome to Pete's Pets.
Oh, hi, I need to return something.
The chicken?
Yeah, the chicken.
Something wrong with it?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It just, stands around and it makes that stupid sound.
What do you want the chicken to do?
Beg or fetch or roll over or something.
It's a chicken.
So?
So chickens don't really do anything.
Well then why did you sell her to me?
Because you gave me money.
Well, my dog, he used to greet me at the door. He'd jump up and down and everything. This chicken doesn't even know I'm there.
So what are you saying? The chicken's hurting your feelings?
No, I'm not saying that. It's like, why would I want a chicken if it isn't good for anything?
Chickens are good for one thing, if you have the right equipment.
The right equipment?
Yep. Charcoal, grill, barbecue sauce.
Introducing the Western Bacon Chicken Sandwich at Carl's Jr. A big, juicy, charbroiled chicken breast with bacon, barbecue sauce, and crispy onion rings. New at Carl's Jr. For limited time only at participating restaurants.
Okay, let's take it from the top.
Fox Sports Radio 1460. The next time you're looking for a dominating performance at the plate, look to your fridge for Buddig Deli Cuts. With our exclusive Zip Pack Slider, you know you can count on them to be fresh when you need them, game after game. And with 6 premium flavors, it's like being able to throw the meat of the order out there 2 times in a row. That's the kind of variety any manager would love. It's no wonder Buddig Deli Cuts are such a fan favorite, and they're waiting for a tryout right now at your favorite grocer.
Welcome back again, my friends. We're here at Cashman Field, bottom of the 9th inning, last game of the season, and Salt Lake leading 9-6. The 51s making some late noise with a run on 3 hits, and Joel Peralta facing Rutson Heel. And Heel hits a check swing chopper towards short, charged by Woody, picks it up, throw to first base in time, and that's it. As Peralta comes in and gets the save, and the Stingers hold on and beat the 51s by a score of 9-6. in the last game of the season. The Stingers finished the year with a 9-game winning streak, not quite good enough for them to get the playoffs. 51s finished it by losing their last 6. 9-6, Salt Lake wins it. Back with the totals right after this.
Hey, welcome to Pete's Pets.
Oh, hi, I need to return something.
The chicken?
Yeah, the chicken.
Something wrong with it?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It just, stands around and it makes that stupid sound.
What do you want the chicken to do?
Beg or fetch or roll over or something.
It's a chicken.
So?
So chickens don't really do anything.
Well then why did you sell her to me?
Because you gave me money.
Well, my dog, he used to greet me at the door. He'd jump up and down and everything. This chicken doesn't even know I'm there.
So what are you saying? The chicken's hurting your feelings?
No, I'm not saying that. But it's why would I want a chicken if it isn't good for anything?
Chickens are good for one thing, if you have the right equipment.
The right equipment?
Yep. Charcoal, grill, barbecue sauce.
Introducing the Western Bacon Chicken Sandwich at Carl's Jr. A big, juicy, charbroiled chicken breast with bacon, barbecue sauce, and crispy onion rings. New at Carl's Jr. For limited time only at participating restaurants.
The Vegas Sports Wire. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
What does a good time taste like? The signature taste of the king of beers. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. Budweiser beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back again, my friends, to Cashman Field, where the Las Vegas 51s have finished up the regular season, losing to Salt Lake by a score of 9-6. And for the Salt Lake Stingers to win this finale, 9 runs on 15 hits and 1 error, leaving 8 on base. And they finished the season 79-65. A good year for the Stingers, not quite good enough to make the playoffs, but a good year nonetheless. For the 51s, they finished 57-86. It is, for the record, the second worst record in franchise history and the worst record by a Dodger AAA affiliate in 40 years. You have to go back to the Spokane team of 1965. Meanwhile, 51s with 6 runs on 12 hits and 1 error, leaving 11 men on base. The winning pitcher, Jake Woods, now 2-2. The loss goes to Mike New. He is 2-3. Saved to Joel Peralta. That is his 10th. And Cody Ross homered. Cody Ross hit for the cycle. That's the big highlight for the 51s today. First Las Vegas player to do it since 1998. And the fact of the matter is he's the first Las Vegas 51 ever to do it. And so Ross hit that home run in the second. And for Ross, that was his 22nd of the year. For the Salt Lake Stingers, they had a solo home run by catcher Ryan Buddy in the third. For Buddy, that was his 6th of the year. And a 2-run homer by Brian Specht as part of a 4-for-4 day for Specht. That was in the 8th inning, his 8th of the year. A crowd of 2,757. 2257. 2257. 2,257 attended this one. 2 hours, 44 minutes on the time of game. Fans are lining up near the first base dugout to say their final so long to the 51s as they depart. Down the third base dugout, there's some 51s fans and some Salt Lake fans also saying so long. Last game of the season. And Dick, end of the season always kind of bittersweet for teams that don't go very far. Obviously for the 51s, a tremendous disappointment as far as wins and losses are concerned. But some bright spots as far as individual performances, and a very promising situation at AA Jacksonville, where they have the best record in that league cumulatively, and a lot of good prospects there. So we'll see what the future brings.
Well, we'll have to find out how the whole situation is as far as the 51s for next year. Who's going to manage the club? Who the players are? Well, a combination of things. I know Jerry wants to come back, and that would be fine.
And we'll find all out in due course as we move forward. Before we do our final break, we're going to give the scores now on the Tony Roma's scoreboard. And there's some late games in the National League that are yet to be played. Giants and Dodgers. That's an ESPN game. Brad Hennessy versus Derek Lowe in that ball game. Milwaukee and the Reds, Tomaoka and Brad Clausen. Houston and Philadelphia, Andy Pettit and Brett Myers, as they open that pivotal series with the Phillies. Houston and the Phillies, two good ball clubs. The finals from the National League in St. Louis, the Cardinals beat the Cubs 6-4. King over Novoa, Tavares with a save, Edmonds and Pujols with the home runs. And in Washington, the Nationals held on and beat Florida by a score of 5-2. Livan Hernandez, his 15th victory over Vargas, the rookie. Cabrera, his 29th home run in that game for Florida. In Atlanta, the Braves beat the Mets 4-2. Boyer over Traxel there. Farnsworth the save. Both Joneses homered. Andrew 45. Chipper number 16. And in the American League, they are now in the bottom of the 7th inning in Oakland. Seattle 2 and Oakland nothing. Seattle so far getting a 2-hit shutout from the 19-year-old righty Felix Hernandez facing Joe Blanton in that ball game. But Rincon has now relieved Blanton in that ball game in the 7th inning with Seattle batting. Now, they are in the bottom of the 7th inning in Minnesota. Texas 6, Minnesota nothing now, as Cameron Lowe has a 5-hit shutout going for Texas at the Metrodome. Now, in Baltimore, Toronto beat the Baltimore Orioles. The final was 6-2. Gustavo Chacin the win over Bruce Chen, and Cleveland blanked Detroit at Comerica 2-0. Scott Ellerton hooked up with Bob Wickman on an 8-hitter. Ellerton's 8th win, Wickman's 36th save, Maroth a loser, Jose Hernandez a home run, and the Chicago White Sox beat Boston at Fenway 5-3. McCarthy over Schilling, Konerko and Uribe homering for the White Sox. Tony Graffinino for the Boston Red Sox in the 9th inning. One more break. We'll come back to wrap things up right after this.
The total package. That's what you'll find at the fabulous Capital Grill. The Capital Grill, nationally acclaimed for dry-aged steaks on premises, chops, fresh seafood, and an award-winning wine list. The Capital Grill is open at Fashion Show Mall for both lunch and dinner. Take in all the energy and excitement of the Las Vegas Strip at the Capital Grill, providing a breathtaking view with a wall of windows directly overlooking the new Wynn Resort. The Capital Grill is the ideal place for guests to dine for total convenience, as complimentary valet parking is offered during both lunch and dinner. And the Capital Grill provides private elevator access. Impress your guests at the Capital Grill. They offer 3 private dining rooms, personalized event planning, and professional service. The Capital Grill is the perfect choice for your next business meeting or social gathering. The Capital Grill on the 3rd floor of Fashion Show Mall overlooking the Las Vegas Strip. For reservations, call 932-6631. 932-6631.
Sport Clips is fast becoming America's favorite haircutting place for guys. And here's why. Sport Clips understands that today's urban warrior wants to get in and get a great haircut, surrounded by sports merchandise, the latest sports magazines, and TVs everywhere, all tuned to sports. And now, Sport Clips introduces the ultimate haircut experience for guys. CMBT. First, a precision haircut. Second, a soothing scalp massaging shampoo. Next comes the steam towel treatment, followed by a stress-reducing neck and shoulder massage. All this at one great price. At Sport Clips, guys win.
Grand opening, $5 off haircuts in Las Vegas at Fort Apache and Flamingo next to Break Team in the Home Depot Shopping Center. We have Guy Smart stylists to give you a great-looking haircut while you watch sports. Sport Clips is always hiring great managers and stylists. At Sport Clips, guys win.
Once again, back to wrap things up with a post-game show, final one of the 2005 season here from Cashman Field, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you, and the Salt Lake Stingers win it 9-6. 51's got on the board first in the bottom of the 2nd against Jake Woods when Cody Ross homered, then Chin Teng Chen doubled, and with 1 out later, Brian Myro was hit by a pitch, and then 1 out after that, DJ Jackson and Jose Flores followed with consecutive 2-out singles that each brought in a run. At the end of 2, Las Vegas led by a score of 3-0. In the top of the 3rd, the Stingers got on the board on a home run by Ryan Buddy off Mike New. 51's bullpen pretty much worn out from all of the innings they've had to go and throughout this homestand. 4 games against Tacoma and the 4 against Salt Lake, and a whole bunch of runs have scored. So Buddy's home run at the end of 2.5 made it 3-1 in favor of the 51s. In the top of the 4th inning, one of the more bizarre situations that you'll see in baseball, 3 runs scored for Salt Lake, all unearned, without a base hit and without anything, not even as much as a sacrifice fly, getting hit out of the infield. It began with a walk to Nick Gorneau. Luke Allen hit a ground ball to the shortstop, Nick Theodore, right at the bag. It should have been an easy 6-3 double play, but Theodore fumbled the ball, dropped it, and as a result, they didn't get anybody out. There was 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Brian Gordon laid a bunt down between 3rd base and the mound. Off the mound came Mike New. He picked it up, spun around, and threw to Nakamura at 3rd. A little late. Very close play, but safe at 3rd was Nick Gorno, and that loaded the bases with nobody out. Then a wild pitch got Gorno home, moved Allen to third and Borden to second base. Adam Papkiewicz with a ground ball to short. That knocked in Allen for the first out. And then, of all things, with Brian Gordon at third base, all of a sudden Mike New was guilty of a balk. That got the third run in. And at the end of 4 innings of play, the Stingers had a lead that they would not relinquish. They led by a score of 4-3. In the top of the 8th inning, they finally broke it loose against Mike New, who by then was clearly out of gas. With 1 out, Brian Gordon doubled. A single by Papkiewicz got him to third base. A wild pitch scored Gordon and got Papkiewicz to second after Buddy struck out. And Casey came up, and he singled, knocking in Papkiewicz. Then Callaspo came up with a base hit. Smith had gone to second on the throw home, so Callaspo single scored Smith, and then Brian Speck came up, and he completed his 4-for-4 day with a home run over the fence in right center off New, and that extended Salt Lake's lead at that point to a score of 9-3. 51's got 2 in the 8th off Chris Hunter. A leadoff walk to Nakamura. A base hit by Myro got him to second base. A base hit by pinch hitter Watson Heel got him to third base. Then a force play by D.J. Jackson, a fielder's choice. That drove in Nakamura with a run. Jose Flores lined one back to Hunter, who caught it. Tried to double up Jackson at first, threw the ball into right field foul territory. That scored Myro and got Jackson to third base, but then Theodoro hit a dribbler in front of the plate, was thrown out by the catcher Ryan Buddy. 2 runs ended up scoring. 51s were down 9-5. In the 9th inning, the only real drama left going into the 9th inning was whether or not Cody Ross would be able to hit a double, which would enable him to be the first Las Vegas player to hit for the cycle since 1998 and the first Las Vegas 51 player ever. The affiliation changed in 2001. This is the 5th year of the Dodger affiliation. Well, with 1 out, Ross came up, sure enough, a line drive, and this was one case, maybe the only case in this particular game, where the baseball gods were with the 51s, because the ball hit the top of the fence and instead of going over, and it ended up being a double for Ross as he beat the throw to second by Nick Gorno. He completed the cycle, single, double, triple, and a home run. Congratulations to Cody Ross as he finishes the season with a flourish. A ground ball to short by Chen got Ross to third base. Then the 51s try to make it interesting off Chris Hunter when Nakamura singled to right with 2 strikes on him. That got Ross in. And then up came Mike Cabrera hitting for Brian Myro. He singled to left. That got Nakamura to second base. Then up came Watson Hill against the new pitcher, Joel Peralta, summoned from the bullpen by manager Dino Ebel, because that hitter represented the tying run at that point. It was 9-6 Stingers. On the first pitch, Hill checked his swing, and the ball rolled out to the shortstop, Wood, who made a nice play, an off-balance throw to first base to get Hill, and finished up the game, the series, and the season. And the Stingers go on to win by a score of 9-6. Other games in the PCL, in the 5th inning, Portland leading Tucson by a score of 1-0. Also in the 5th inning, it's Tacoma 1, Sacramento 0. And these are finals from earlier. Oklahoma beat Omaha 6-1. The Redhawks finishing the season very strongly on their way to the playoffs. And it was Colorado Springs over Fresno. The final was 9-8. And in other games in Nashville, Round Rock blanked the Nashville Sounds 4-0. It was New Orleans over Iowa and Des Moines by a score of 8-3, and Memphis defeated Albuquerque by a score of 4-2. I want to give sincere thanks to Wendell Wallace, our studio producer and one of the outstanding producers for 51's Baseball on Fox Sports Radio 1460 all season long and across the World Wide Web at www.sportsjuice.com. Thanks to all of you very sincerely also for tuning in all season long. Certainly appreciate it, folks. And Dick Williams, another great job by you. We appreciate having you around. We certainly hope we have the privilege of having you here next year.
Well, I enjoyed it very much, Russ, and I'll say one thing. We saw some interesting baseball, if not outstanding baseball this year, and maybe it'll change for the better next year.
And we'll see how that works out. In the meantime, for Dick Williams and Jerry Royce, this is Russ Langer wishing all a very fine evening from Cashman Field in Las Vegas, where today, on the final game of the season, the Salt Lake Stingers defeated the Las Vegas 51s by a score of 9-6. So long and God bless.
You've been listening to the Las Vegas 51 on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51's Baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., Budweiser, Cox Communications, and by the Las Vegas Review Journal. You're listening to Fox Sports Radio 1460.